Just sign out the last bits. Liberty Astro UK, how's it going, mate? Can you just confirm if you can hear me or not? That'd be really helpful to me. How's it going, Stan? Nice to see you as well, mate. That's the fastest I've joined so far. Bartholomew, nice one, mate. It's good to have you here. Here you just fine, brilliant. Spot on, thanks for letting me know about that, mate. I've had it before where I've gone live and I've been just chatting to myself, you know what I mean, for a few minutes. So yeah, it's really nice of you to let me know about that. Cooper, that is sweet, brilliant, thank you, mate. Hadley Astro, evening to you too, mate. Ram, nice to see you in another live stream, as always. Mark Astro Z Boyd, evening, Luke. How's it going, Mark? Nice to see you, mate. Joshua again, good to see you in another live stream. You've been really on them lately, Josh. It's been nice to have you here, mate. Just say hi, no time today. No worries at all, buddy. Hope you have a lovely evening wherever you're up to. MMB300, hola. How's it going? Sean, nice to see you, Sean. How's it going? Drunk Cola, sup? Oh man, it's nice to have you all here, guys. Hope you're all having a good day, evening, afternoon, whatever it is for you. Anybody else out there imaging tonight? We ended up with a little bit of a session on the cards. A bit of high pressures moving over, so we might have a couple of clear nights this week if it holds. We will see. But I've decided to change targets now. So my other rig, I'm finishing up one last night now. If you remember from the last live stream, the SQA55 full frame dual narrowband filter rig, that is still currently running, and it's taking shots of the the rosette, the cone, that kind of thing. It's just about to do a meridian flip, leaving that to it. But before we lose Orion for the season, all the constellation of Orion, should I say, I want to take a shot at M78, one of the last things I really want to shoot from inside that constellation. And that's what we're trying for with this rig right here, which is the Hyperstar rig. So that's the plan. We'll try and run a live stack adjacent to this and see what we come up with. That could be interesting. But yeah, please guys, everyone, until next time. Hey, see you later on, Josh, mate. Thanks for popping in and saying hello. It's good of you to do that. Paul Stevenson, dark clear skies. You're an IC443, that's the jellyfish, yeah? Nice target. Very nice target. Drunk Cola getting your drives cleared to stick the scopes out. So do you have to like move your cars off and stuff like that to make room? That's cool. Clear but high wispy clouds. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about that myself, mate, to be honest. I've been trying to track using like satellite forecasts, etc., and overlays, and trying to predict what's going to happen tonight. And I think we're okay, maybe for a couple of hours, but it's hard to tell. You know what I mean? You really can't trust these things that much. Sebastian, hello there. Hi there, Sebastian. Really good to have you in chat, buddy. How's it going? Let's just see. Bartholomew should have about 10 hours of darkness tonight. Seastar and the Origin will get out, and maybe something else. Very nice. Yeah, you're set for some fun there then, mate. 10 hours of darkness. Wow. Ram says, what camera and scope are you using for guiding, mate? So I'll take through it basically, Ram. On this rig right here, I'm using a Skywatcher Evo guide. And in the back of that, I've got an ASI 290mm Mini. So that's the rig basically. When I was previously using the Player One Apollo M Mini, I had really huge pixels, so I sometimes used a little Barlow lens screwed onto the end of that thing to get a bit of a longer effective focal length, finer sampling ratio, but a bit of a, you know what I mean, digressing as usual. That's just what I do. But on the second rig, I'm using a ASI 120mm, the mini version again, and a little 30mm f4, just like a little cheap guide scope, and that's what that's running. Got an ASI 120mm with an SB on a 30mm f4. Right, so that's basically exactly what I've got on the other rig. You're not getting consistent guiding numbers most of the times. Sorry to hear that, mate. I know that on mine, if you remember during the last live stream, we had some issues with what we were seeing where it were picking stars that were a little bit faint. So what I've done this time around, after seeing some more spikes once again, so you see like these random spikes, I'm going to try to increase the SNR for auto-find stars. It defaults to like 8 or 10 or something, which I think is just maybe a bit low. So I've really bumped it up, and hopefully that's going to have it pick much brighter stars now and still not be completely, saturated or anything like that. But we will see, mate, if that gives us better guiding, and maybe if it does, you could copy the rest of those settings across and it might help you out. I don't know. Let's catch up a little bit. Brody, how's it going, Brody, mate? Nice to see you. Space stuff. Hello, Luke, from Rich in Ascar, Florida. How's it going? I imagine you're getting that classic Floridian weather. Liberty Astro UK, been doing M42 for the last 5 sessions. You're on the Rosette now. We'll say bye-bye soon. Yeah. It's always kind of sad, isn't it, mate? Saying see you to like your favourite constellation, at least for me, which I think just has to be Orion. It's the one that I started my astrophotography with. So it's always nice to see, when it comes back, that kind of thing. And I'll miss it. Until next year, anyway. Pete, how's it going, Pete? Are you having any luck tonight? Slightly better conditions? I know you said last time the seeing conditions were, or transparency, I think you mentioned, weren't good enough. Going to image M51 again tonight. Very nice, mate. Been a bit lazy with clearing the drives, says Drunk Cola, because it's been so cloudy. Very little fill on the drives. Got you, mate. Yeah, tonight and tomorrow meant to be clear for me. Oh, well, you'd be wise, wouldn't you, to make the most of it? That's always good. Alan, nice to see you, Alan. Evening. All you and family are well. We are doing super, mate. Yeah, second live stream this week. You're spoiling us. Oh, mate. Yeah, just having some fun. You know what I mean? Crikey, Pete, coming in hot. 50 memberships. That's incredible. Thank you so much, Pete. That really is, man, unfathomable support. And that's why Pete is the GOAT. That's why Pete has the camera named after him, by the way. Look at this thing. The Sky Cam, you'll notice in the bottom right, Pete's Cam. That's what it's all about. Unbelievable. Nah, seriously, Pete. I know, like, I've said it 1,000 times before. I'd say it 1,000 times again, mate. I really appreciate y'all your support. I really, really do. Welcome aboard all the new members. Look at all of those. Crikey. That's incredible. It really, really is. Gifted 50 with 48 watching, yeah. It gives like extras to, just like your subscribers. So let's say if we have a really mad live stream at some point, and then, more subs are gifted than people watching, it just dips into the subscriber pool and starts giving them. That way it's pretty cool. I'll just try to catch up with where we were. Adley Astro, currently trying to work out the best way to guide my hybrid mount. Really short guide exposures for the strain wave, but the worm deck has some backlash, so the backlash compensation delay pushes the RA. Usually PhD can calculate for backlash like that, can't it? And, just make the correct move to take it out. But, bit of an odd one. Dav, how's it going? Ram asking, I hope can do some ASI Air. Thanks, mate. No worries at all. Did you notice I've made the roof controller, Luke? Oh, brilliant. It's perfect with safety built in. I'm making a weather station now. That's really cool. Paul Smaglake, how's it going, Paul? I know you've been a long-time supporter of the channel as well. I'm doing really well. Thank you very much indeed. I think it's... is it one of the first times I've seen you on a live stream, this? It's really good of you to join in. Space stuff, just hoping for some clear skies. Good stuff. Pete, mate, thank you again. Thank you again. How could I possibly say thank you enough? Do you know what I mean? It's just not possible, but I hope you know it's appreciated, mate. It really, really is. Pim, good to see you in another stream again. Brody mentioning Pete there. Pete the MVP, yep. Unbelievable stuff. Let's see. All these folks, crikey. I've been summoned by a gifted membership. That'll be Pete, Gabe. Yeah. Unbelievable. Steve, nice to see you on a stream, buddy. Finally caught a live stream. Clearish skies here, says Pete, but conditions not great once again. It's a bit rough, mate. I hope you're going to get some more settled weather soon. I was just saying right at the start of the stream, I think we've got a bit of higher pressure, should I say. Not to get out of hand, but a little bit higher pressure, so we might see a little bit more settled weather, maybe, over much of the UK, I think. Don S. How's it going, Don? Alex Olaru, hello from Romania. Nice to see you, Alex. Good of you to join us in a stream, buddy. Pete, send me a tenner. After your review of the Skywatcher 150 F4, I've decided to buy one with some Backyard Universe upgrades. Very nice, mate. I'm trying to think now. I've not looked at the 150 F4, but I have done the 150 F5, and I really like that. The PDS. But it seems a lot of people are liking those Quattro F 150s. Like an interesting scope. And I think you'll really like those Backyard Universe parts, for sure. Green car just clouded over in Manchester. No! Oh, crikey, mate. How are you liking the QHY Minicam 8? Asks Shane. Shane, I'm dying to use it again, mate, to be honest. I was really impressed with it the first few times I've got to use this thing. But then with us, about to lose Orion right around the corner, basically, I decided to take it off because I wanted to do some ultra-wide field stuff with the SQA. So, yeah, I'm missing it. I feel like putting it back on shortly and having some more good times with it. But yeah, overall, Shane, I can't really report anything negative about it, to be honest. I know there is another option out there now. The TubeTech have made a combo system, haven't they? It's not quite as neat as this, I would say, because this really is, just turn the normal camera and you can see just how dinky this thing is, can't you? It's it's absolutely diminutive, but you can do so much with something this size. It's phenomenal, you know what I mean? But yeah, overall, mate, I feel good about it. I'm happy to recommend it. Astro Republic says, the pass has come around quick. I think it's in a few weeks. Nice. Pass 2025 versus International Astronomy Show 2025. The IAS probably, mate. I would say. Practical Astronomy Show is not bad. Don't get me wrong. It's not, but I don't know. I feel like last few times I visited it, it's a little bit of a smaller show. So if you come in from a distance, you might be better off, choosing to go to IAS instead, perhaps. That's my take on it. But if you live reasonably nearby, go to both. You know what I mean? Morpheus sleeps. Hi, Luke. How's it going, Morpheus? Got the one-shot colour Hubble palette working. Brilliant stuff. That was great fun. Thank you. Hey, thank you for having a crack at it, mate. I'm happy to hear it's working for you. Over here in Leicester, really clear. A little low, but imaging elephant trunk. Brilliant stuff for Nexi. Paul D. There I was, sitting at work, and I got an email of a gifted membership. Thanks, Pete. Greatly appreciate it. Oh, that's super. That's super. Pete just spreads the love, man. You know what I mean? We all need to be a little bit more Pete in our daily lives. Artley Astro, there's a spider on AliExpress. There are some options, actually. Yeah, that's a really good point you've mentioned there. So if you don't have the full kit, there are some extremely similar parts available on AliExpress to fill in any gaps, that kind of thing. Liberty Astro UK. On the note of filling gaps, by the way, Skywatcher Newtonians are a little bit light leaky. So one small piece of advice I would give you, if you've got any local light sources around you while you're imaging, get some electrical tape or something and just tape your seams at the very least on that telescope, and it will stop you having some issues down the line if you've got any light hitting it, sort of thing. Found out that the hard way. But yeah, it's an easy fix. Quattro 150p Backyard Universe upgrades is a very lovely scope. Yeah, I've been using it for a year now. It delivers excellent images. I can imagine it's quite collimation stable as well, given that it's just a 6-inch mirror, so it's not actually that heavy. It won't lose collimation too easily from jostling around, being mounted, unmounted, etc. I bought a strain wave mount. We'll say it's good at guiding. Yeah, I'm really enjoying the strain wave mounts, mate, to be honest. I've got the AM5 and AM5N here, and yeah, nothing really negative to report. I like them. I did think I'd have to use shorter guide exposures than I actually do, so that's been nice overall. I'm finding mine still gives really crisp stars, even with like 5-second guide exposures if needed. Finally warmed up here in Edmonton, Canada, says Gabe. Within one afternoon, it went from -25 to +1, and it stayed above 0 since. Crikey, mate. Everything must have just been covered in liquid after that, surely. Unbelievable. Let's just see. The version is more dollars as well. Yeah, fair, mate, to be honest. I do like the compactness of that QHY system. It's really appealing. The TubeTech thing, of course, has the strength that it's much easier for you to change out the filters, though. So if that's important to you, then yeah, there's that to consider. A little bit to just jump in there a little bit on this live stream and tell you something about the, for those of you who watch the Astro Station review as well, by the way, TubeTech have got back to me, and I'm really happy with the reply, actually. So, yeah, of all the things I were expecting, that kind of wasn't it. So, I'll probably have to post some sort of update video about that and take people through what TubeTech are saying, you know, in reply to that kind of thing. But it's nice to see. It looks like they're taking it really seriously, and, you know, they are pushing hard to get the product ready as such. So yeah, it's nice. It's just nice to see. Pretty professional reply. Very transparent as well. You know what I mean? Let's just see what you're imaging today. Can't quite make it out. Asks Steve. Hey, no worries, Steve. It is hard to see, isn't it, mate? To be honest with you, it's M78. So I'm hoping to frame M78 and a little bit of Bernard's loop, hopefully, coming through in the shot. I just fire up. Let me just see. I'll have to use this one, actually. My third screen, Sharp Gap. Let's fire up Sharp Gap, and we can run a live stack alongside this baby, and you know, see exactly what's going on. Should be a bit of fun. So I'll have to use folder monitor, live stacking. I will try my best to stay caught up with with chat on this live stream, and you know what I mean. I will do my best. Last time it got a little bit ridiculous, didn't it? We had like a 15-minute delay where I'm reading really old comments. But yeah, let's see how this thing looks. So that's the wrong PC, Lukey. Let's just take a look. Astro Mini V2. Users, Luke. Documents, N.I.N.A, today's stuff. I think, you know, the first frame of the night was garbage, if memory's serving, so we'll get rid of that right away. Why won't it let me do that? It's really odd. Maybe I'll have to do it from the mini PC itself. Guess we'll figure that out. But yeah, I could have sworn that first frame. Double check. Yeah, there we go. Some weird bloody stuff happened. I'll have to get rid of that at the very least. I'll be caught up with you in just a moment, guys. Sorry about the bit of a delay. Lights. Yes, that's the one. Basically, I don't want it to try and start stacking with that one, as it's just gonna not work very well. Basically, we'll refresh that if it will. Slightly. Already done it, hasn't it? Look at that. Perfect. What am I doing? Didn't even realise it was named 000. Right. Let's just reset all of this. We can try maybe. I've got some flats somewhere as well. Can perhaps try and set a flat. Hyperstar flat. Yeah, we'll just choose any one of those. Clear this. Refresh that first frame. Let's see what we get. Right, we can hit play and see what's going on. With any luck, This will sort of work. It won't be perfect because we've got no, look at this, we've got musked. Can you see all those satellite trails? With any luck anyway, it'll work reasonably well. I can probably expect some inverse vignette though, as there's no bias to calibrate this flat with. But right, let's try and color balance. A plane passed through right there. That's pretty neat actually. I can hardly be angry at that. Right. Stretch. Ooh, doesn't look too promising, does it? That there's some strangeness going on. Probably gonna have to take fresh flats for all this. Oh well, it'll do for now. We can have a look. Get caught back up with the chat anyway. Just been monologuing there for a while. Oh crikey, I've missed some stuff as well. Sean with the 5 gifted memberships, really appreciate that, mate. Welcome aboard to you guys. That's really cool. And Morpheus Sleeps, welcome aboard, mate, as well. Thank you for joining my membership system, and thanks again, Pete. Absolute legends, all of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me just catch up really quickly. M78 looks like, yep, next you got it. TubeTech package uses normal 125 filters and filter wheel though, so it can be used with other cameras. True, yep, a little bit more, you know, usable, but it's also a lot bigger, so if that packs into or you know fits into your considerations at all, and perhaps you know the smaller camera might be more important. I don't know. Hey Luke, come out to NIF, the Northeast Astro Forum. Maybe 1 year, mate. Yeah, perhaps it could be something I could do. Yes, Luke, come out to the NIF. It'd be nice, you know what I mean? It would be nice. I know that whenever I look at my YouTube and stuff, a lot of my audience is, you know, overseas. Of course, there's a lot of UK viewers, but I would say the lion's share really is actually over in the United States and Canada, that kind of thing. But yeah, it'd be nice to meet you guys. It's all over the place. 0.39 1 minute, 195 the next. Wow. Could you perhaps try adding a bit of a deliberate imbalance to your rig, perhaps Liberty Astro? That might help keep some more tension on the system. I don't know, you know, if you've got it perfectly balanced, it could waver a little bit, perhaps. I don't really know. Steve's saying, Luke, come to NIF. You can stay here. We'll drive you there, don't live far from it. That's really kind of you, Steve. Crikey, mate. Really, really kind of you to say. I'll bear that in mind. Wonder if weighing down your hems tripod would help. That's another thing to consider, I guess. Tripod stability really does matter to how good you're going to be able to guide overall. But yeah, that's pretty huge. Almost, I'd like expect that kind of thing if you're having big wind gusts, perhaps. That sort of thing. Alan's saying, sort out some guiding issues, getting the Conan Fox Fur now seems odd getting the Christmas tree cluster in February. It does, mate, doesn't it? But we've had such a bad winter. I think it's pushed all my usual plans back a little bit. So I'm just trying to make the most of it now before we kind of lose Orion. Good to see, by the way, that in a reasonably short amount of time, Bernard's loop is actually showing up on this thing, isn't it? It's not great. I think I'd probably prefer to restack with that flat taken out, looking at that. And we'll just, yeah, we'll use this nonlinear gradient removal. The satellite trails, let's just see. Will it detect them? Might have to up the sensitivity. This is experimental features, I guess, in SharpCap, but we will see. Not really finding those, is it? I wouldn't say too well. All right, it'll have to be what it'll be. It's just a live stack, innit? We'll wind this thing back. We'll go now without flats and see just how bad it looks. We can try low frequency wave. Maybe that might work. Having a real mess around this stream, you know what I mean? Just having some fun. That actually looks a little bit better, doesn't it? Is that just me? Low frequency wave experimental. Okay. Fair play. Let's hit play on this thing. let it get a couple of frames, then we'll try to colour balance and give it a little stretcher-rooney. Alright, we'll go from there. So it's doing nothing for the vignette. Ah no, it looks a bit weird, doesn't it? When we actually really get it going. That's no good. Pause that. This is Astro for you, isn't it? Just constant blimmin' issues. If it's not one thing, it's another. Let's try once again. Right. Let's see what we get with just this then. Play. I may have to see if I can find a flat master that I could apply. That might be possible, you know. I'm sure I've got one somewhere on my my hard drive, because that don't look good. We're seeing all kinds of weirdness, aren't we? All right, I'll worry about that in a minute. Anyway, it's something for that we can tackle shortly. We'll just keep an eye on what's going on the actual imaging sessions. So those two are looking all right. Appears we've had a sync error. Not going to really worry about that too much. Time to catch up with chat as I'm getting bloody miles behind. Where were we? Oh yeah, Steve's kind of off there as well. Where were we? Using 1 second guides, can't get its guide over that. Oh, okay. Sure, works better. Yeah, I would usually say so, but to be honest, I haven't noticed that much difference on the AM5. Yeah. Finally got my... Gabe says I finally got my shit together. I'm ready for a first flight with my first mini PC and first time using N.I.N.A. Wow. But I'm scared no matter how many tutorials I watch, it feels overwhelming. It does, to be honest, Gabe. And I think maybe, you know, if we're all being honest, first time using N.I.N.A. probably does feel a little bit overwhelming. It did for me. Absolutely. So don't worry about it. It will get easier, mate, and you'll soon familiarize yourself with the program. I would say as well, there's no need to worry too much about, you know, diving in too deep and going into advanced sequencer and stuff for most stuff. I found that the basic sequencer is, you know, really easy to set up and does everything I want it to do. So, yeah, just consider keeping things simple for a while and go that way to begin with. Just have to get over it and brute force it for a few sessions to work out the inevitable kinks. Yeah, that's one way to do it, mate, for sure. Try the Stargazing and Nexus at F3, crikey. Let me just see. Does a halo around N.I.N.A bother you? Or do you prefer a dedicated filter or a bit of post-processing? Asking Paul Stevenson. Doesn't bother me, mate, to be honest. Yeah, not much, really. It just is what it is. It's such a bright start. It's brutally difficult to, you know, get really clean on anything other than, well, really just a nice quality refractor that'll probably get you a clean N.I.N.A, but everything else is liable to give you some issues, you know what I mean? And even a refractor can give you issues with certain filters as well, as that star in particular, so bright, you can get reflections happening from the rear face of a filter back on your, you know, field flattener, etc., and you end up with large halos. There's all sorts of weirdness that can happen, so I think just acceptance is key with N.I.N.A. At least to a degree. Getting musked, yeah, that's the one. When is Glenn releasing the video on ARC? I don't know about that, mate. Let's see. The Right Way. How's it going, Paul? Nice to see you, mate. Always good to join in. Kevin. Hi, Luke. Hi there, Kevin. Good to have you. As soon as Glenn gets back from holiday, we'll get it in the box and get it out. Nice. Gillian. Hi, Luke. How's it going, mate? Have you ever had a Richard Gradient? Wondering what you think about its collimation complexity. Yes, mate. I've had a few Richard Gradients. I've had the smaller models, the 6 inches in particular. I had a couple of those, 3 of those actually, over the years. When they collimated the good scopes, getting them to stay collimated is a nightmare, and the focuses that come on all of the Richard Gradients, basically, aside from the stuff from really top-end manufacturers, are crap in my experience. So I would say if you're looking at getting a rich gradient seriously, I can highly recommend the big ones, the like 10-inch and above. They're really wonderfully built telescopes, especially the truss tube versions, as they have also got decoupled focusers, which means that collimation is actually really easy on those things. No trouble at all. But yeah, that's where I'm at on rich gradients. I like them a lot, but only the big ones. I'm not so much of a fan of the smaller ones, just personally. You've tried unbalancing it a little bit, got you, mate. Glad someone's got clear skies, says Andy. Mate, hopefully it clears up for you soon. Start a movement against Musk. Let's just see. Imaging the headphones nebula. Oh yeah, nice one. I've tried that before. Very cool target. Very gusty down here in Wiltshire tonight. Well, hopefully you're still getting some good data, mate. Trying to catch up just a little bit. Abiosis, hi Al, how's it going, mate? Kevin asking, how's the family doing, Luke? Really good, mate. Thank you very much for asking, Kevin. Yep, we're all good. Very, very happy. Yeah, can't complain. Hope you're all well too, buddy. Now Nina's crashed. Oh dear. Let's see. Mashed Potato Mountain. How's it going, mate? Nice to see you here. Does the new plate solving feature in SharpGap mess up your old plate solving setup? I haven't upgraded for fear of this. Ooh. Good question, mate. I'm not sure it does. Let me just open up SharpGap for you a sec. Obviously, this is a disaster. We'll have to deal with that later. But yeah, plate solving. So it looks like you can use SharpSolve, SharpGap's built-in plate solver, or drop down, I guess, and probably then navigate to wherever it's installed. But yeah, that looks to me like it'd be fine, mate. I don't know. Hopefully that wouldn't cause you any major issues. But if you haven't updated, at least you know now this is what it looks like. Certainly nothing, too drastic to worry about, I would say. Now, I wonder if I can find a flat master. Could have sworn I had one on this drive. Master bias, master flat, side and C Pro. That could be it. I'll try and point it to that thing. I'll just rename it something a bit simpler. Poseidon flat. Wonder if we can use that. Try to find it. Samsung 1 terabyte. Now I'm clearly blind and I can't find it. Poseidon flat. There we go. Could not be loaded. Oh, I wonder why that is. There's always something in there. Crikey. Oh well. It is what it is. We'll load just a single flat in again then, I guess, and it'll be what it'll be. M81, M82, Hyperstar. Where are we? Got so many old bloody projects here. I really need to clear up this drive. It's such a mess. Orsted Hyperstar. Are the flats in here? There are some flats there. We'll pick a different flat. Just go for it. Clear this. Refresh the first image. At least it gives us something to look at, don't it? Even if it's not perfect. Righty-ho. Let's see. Seems like that first flat might have been part of the issue. Perhaps. What do we think? Does this look a little bit better? There's kind of a ring artifact, wasn't there, from that first one? Weird. At least we've got something we can look at. Let me just crack open the chat again. Don't want to end up too far behind. Ooh, just in a good question there. I'll get to that as soon as I can, mate. Hopefully that answered that for you, mashed potato. Adfish fan. Also new to photography. Got the equipment, but learning how to use it. There is a bit of a learning curve. Yeah, that is fair to say, mate. Yeah, hang in there, though, mate. Just keep cracking on it. You know what I mean? And you'll get there. And if you have any burning questions, you know, fire them out in chat, mate, and we'll do our best to answer you, as that's usually what we end up getting up to in these live sessions. What are your 3 best scopes you have used? Oof. Now, that is an interesting question, Paul, and a very difficult one. One of them, I think it absolutely has to be the SQA55. I've really enjoyed that scope. Yeah, I think for me, it'd be like, currently it's like a 9.5 out of 10. It'd be a 10 out of 10 if they'd put a traditional focuser on it. But, you know, with it being a helical one, it is what it is. It still works absolutely fine. And the AF kit they offer for it makes it work just like anything else. So it's just an aesthetic thing at that point. So that's got to be one of them. Number 2 is likely the Rasa 8, I think. I really liked my Rasa 8. I liked the Rasa 8, actually, more than the Rasa 11. Considerably more. When it comes down to it, I really liked the Rasa 11. Don't get me wrong, I did, but it was a bloody handful. That scope, it weren't easy to deal with, and it was nothing like the experience that I had with the Rasa 8, which just kind of worked really well. To be true with you, so yeah, that's maybe going to take number 2 spot, and I guess number 3. As it stands, this is hard. I really like my Edge HD11. I've got to say that. I really like the RC10 as well that I had for review in the observatory, but I feel like the Edge 11 is a little bit of a better fit in here because I can use it with the Hyperstar and stuff as well. So it's, you know, it's a very versatile telescope. So maybe that. But top 3 is really hard because, yeah, I'm like got these 3 as my top 3 right now. But I've used a lot of scopes that I've absolutely loved, and it, you know, just because they're not in that top 3 doesn't mean they're bad by any sense of the word. There's only a few telescopes I've ever used really where I thought, damn, this is bad. But yeah, that's probably where I'm at, Paul, on that one. Would you recommend a mini cat from William Optics? No, I wouldn't, to be honest, mate. There's much better options out there, especially for that kind of money. TrustTube RC is great. Even other stuff from William Optics, by the way. I've nothing against William Optics at all. Nothing against any brand. But it looks like the mini cat is a bit of a little bit of a flop in terms of performance overall at the cost. TrustTube RCs are great. Pete's just saying there the focus is a garbage, like you say. Yeah, that's fair. Replace mine with a 3-inch TS Optics one. Yes. So while I had mine on review, for the person who was asking about Rich Cretins, if you check back about a year ago, or maybe less actually, I had a ton of videos that I published with a Rich Cretin 10-inch TrustTube version, and part of the process of getting that up and running and actually reliably usable, was getting a better focuser sent through as part of the like the review, if you will. That came through from First Light Optics in the UK, who kind of helped me with the whole thing, basically. They were really nice to deal with. Still are. Can only say good things about FLO, to be honest with you. Not had any issues whatsoever. It's good of them. Really good of them to help out, people trying to make videos that help folks like this. Nick P, curious for others' experiences. Still new to the RC8 from a Red Cat 61. How much can seeing affect the star shapes in an RC8? Fairly sure it was collimated, but odd that the second shot was so off. Could it be a guiding error that you saw, mate? If one shot were good and second was bad. Typically, on a long exposure image, the seeing variances that you're going to see are going to lead to just larger, more blurred stars and features. So if you're seeing any kind of elongation in a linear sense, what you've likely experienced is some sort of guiding error, a wind gust, that kind of thing. Or it can even be other stuff that happens. I mean, it's not often, but at certain point angles, you might have a cable that just flops into position. You know what I mean? It can happen. But yeah, I'd check to that if it's a linear error that you're seeing. But if it's visible across, let's say, the corners of the frame in particular, that would indicate some miscollimation error. If it's, you know, like rest of the stars are good, let's say here, 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 and then crap elongated stars in one corner, that's collimation, generally speaking, but it could also be focuser sag. If you have got the stock focuser. Phil Passmore. How's it going, Phil? Good evening, Luke. The Hyperstar C8 is currently running on the tadpoles right now. Very nice. We're going to do the spaghetti till I realised how damn big it is. Fair enough. Yeah, the spaghetti nebula is huge, isn't it? I'd like to try it sometime. Steve, we're just saying there. Sorry, I just nearly missed that. Your question, I can't figure this out. When you guide for the night, does your object sort of walk towards one end of the screen when you start losing framing? No, mate. I just use a random dither, so that's the only movements that you should experience. So if you blinked through all the subs, you'd probably see like a little jittering around, like my mouse pointer, that kind of thing. Ideally, if you don't use any guiding at all, you'll typically probably see like a drift across the frame, which, you know, would manifest itself as being visible with other features in a stacked image, like long lines of noise from hot pixels, that kind of thing. But yeah, if you guide in, the object shouldn't move anywhere. It should just stay where you put it, basically. Kevin Maven. Yes, nice, mate. Glad to hear it. Best small refractor currently available has to be the SQA55. Yeah, man. Can't agree more. It's such an amazing scope. Watching during the noon hour, West Coast, USA. Nice one. It's nice to have you here, mate. Thank you for joining in. No problem. Mashed potato. Brian McCarthy. Bonza. Good evening. Thanks to whoever gifted me a membership. Likely Pete or Sean, as far as I know, mate. But yeah, you could even have perhaps been gifted one from a previous live stream. We've had such an unbelievable amount of support. To be honest, over the past few, it's been wild. Ian Barker, how's it going, Ian? And Robert as well. Nice to see you here, Rob. What's going on in the live stream tonight? So we're just running a live stack alongside actually 3 imaging sessions that I've got running. So I've got the ASI 2600 Air camera outside on just being controlled by my phone. I set that thing up first because it's just, you know, it takes 2 minutes to get running, and I can just, generally speaking, forget it's running. It just does its thing. It's really nice, but I try to nanny these two a little bit more. So on this rig right here, we've got the Ascar SQA55 paired with a full frame one-shot colour, a dual narrowband filter, and we're shooting the Rosette down here and the Cone Nebula over here, all as part of the same frame. So that's the plan on that. That's on my rear pier in the observatory. Make sure that's all good. It looks to be guiding nice, that now. It appears that choosing higher signal-to-noise ratio stars has helped make it a little bit more robust. Hopefully I'm not speaking too soon. And on this rig, which you're seeing the live stack of right now, mate, it looks like this per individual sub. This is the Hyperstar on an Edge HD 11, basically, with a APS-C-sized camera, one-shot colour, 2600 style sort of thing, Poseidon C Pro from Player One. And no filter, just, well, UV IR cut filtration, but that's on the camera anyway. I just use it there, so it's got a piece of glass in to maintain the very critical backspacing requirements on these telescopes. You know, Hyperstars, RASAs, that kind of thing. They really require giga precise backspacing to get your stars good. So that's why that's in there. And yeah, mate, that's the plan. I should tell you as well what this one's shooting. So this is just gathering data on M81, M82 on the ASI Air rig. Yeah, just chugging away nicely. I tell you what, I did have a little issue the other overnight though, I noticed that after a while, this is just after I was saying how good the ASIR has been, I did have an issue where some frames had kind of corrupted, it appears, upon download, like green frames or something like that. So did some Googling around. It appears they're aware of it. There's a patch out. I saw kind of a similar issue when I first reviewed it, and it went away when I changed power supplies. Came back there for a few frames, so I thought, right, let's get to the bottom of it. Appears to be patched out though in the latest release of the firmware for the camera. I've had no issues so far tonight. I'll just check in on it actually as well, make sure it is running smooth. And it is. Yeah, looking pretty good. You won't be able to see, but you know, there it is, M81 and M82. Let's try and give this a bit more of an aggressive stretch. It's going to look nasty because we're only just using one flat, you know what I mean, for this thing. But yeah, not too bad. You can see what's going on. I previously tried this before and got like an hour of data or something like that. Could have sworn I've got it somewhere. Yeah. Oh, 26 3-minute shots, M78. It looked like that after 26 3-minute shots. So that's with, you know, proper flats applied and a little bit of processing. So hopefully, with a bit more data, I should have a lot more to see. This was taken, of course, exact same rig we're using tonight. No filters, once again, just that UV-IR piece of glass, effectively. So I'm hopeful. Very hopeful about that one. We did a test stack a little while back. You can see 45 5-minute subs. This is the data that we're gathering on the other rig. So this is just 45 of the 5-minute subs. And I have to say, core blimey, it's looking pretty darn good. Just a very quick stack and look at the amount of interconnecting stuff that's going on. It's mad, and I love that it's so sharp to the edges as well, even of like full frame. It's yeah, I think the proof is in the pudding, and the pudding is good. It's really good. And at this point, if I just try to show you how far along we are with it, Rosette and Cone, here we are, wide field project. In terms of lights, we're now at 90 frames. So you know, we won't be able to stack all of those. I'll have to throw a couple away. You know, no doubt about it. That's just the way it goes. But it should look pretty darn good, I reckon. Yeah, we've got that going on. Try to catch up a little bit more with the chat. Just a touch. God, it's quite cold in here. I thought it had warmed up a little bit more by now. We're 14 degrees or so. What was that? Oh, 14.7. Don't want to make it sound cold. Right, let's get caught up. Oops. Just missed something there. Luke, is there a chance of doing a live stacking project on the ASIR on one of these live broadcasts? Potentially, mate. It depends. So, to connect up... Oh, God, I've got hiccups. Connect up to the ASIR over the network, it's a little bit flaky, I found. I don't really particularly like doing that, so usually I just let it do its thing, gather the data afterwards, you know what I mean? Unplug the USB thumb drive and go from there. So I don't know. I'm sure it's possible, but I just don't know how we'd really go about it. At least having it robust enough that we could kind of rely on it in a live stream, you know, where really I want to spend as little time dealing with faults as possible, and more time just spent chilling out with you guys. That's the dream, you know what I mean? Ooh, Gillian. Okay, then what are the top 3 bad telescopes? I'm curious now. Okay, let me think. Because it's hard to say, because this going back to Richard Creighton's now, an RC6 can be a good and a bad telescope. Like I said, if you get it in collimation and working well, you're all right. But it just doesn't stick, man. I found that just gave me headaches, to be honest with you. So, the RC6 is probably one of the worst telescopes I've used, even though it's got some of the best optics. As ridiculous as that sounds. So, yeah, that's right up there. Any Skywatcher Newtonian that's just been out of the box. The out of the box experience on them is pretty bad, I would say. You still get a lot for your money, don't get me wrong. So there is that, and a lot of the problems that I like out of the box are all fixable should you have enough experience with a newt and a roll of tape. But yeah, they can be pretty bad. So maybe I'd include that. But, you know, once you've taken care of the out-of-the-box stuff, they go right up to being some of the absolute best imaging machines you can use. So temper what I've just said with that, because that's a fact also. You're going to be hard-pressed to get a better bang for your buck than one of those newts. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword. And next worst. I had a Skywatcher Evo Star 120, a little achromat. I wasn't using it for what it was really intended for, you know what I mean? I was trying to do deep sky astrophotography with it, and it was pretty dreadful. It certainly taught me a thing or two. I'll put it that way. Yeah, it weren't a great scope. I'm sure it would have been much more fun just looking at stuff, you know, visually through it, because your eye's not going to be anywhere near as sensitive to the aberrations that kind of achromatic doublet creates as my camera was. But yeah, it was all I could afford. I was a total noob at the time, if you like, and it did enough. But yeah, looking back, it weren't a great scope. It wasn't a great starting point. Wouldn't recommend it. And crikey, you know, one of my first real experiences in astrophotography only came after like getting my first proper telescope, which was a Skywatcher ED80. Yeah, made such a huge difference. I thought to myself, wow, so this is what it should have been like all along. There you have it. Yeah, that's probably where I'm at. Oh, maybe an out of the box Raster 11 as well. That's pretty that's pretty bad too. But it has the capability to be incredible if you throw some more money and time at it. I only buy Altair Astro kit. That's fair, mate. You're getting close, guys. We are, mate. Yeah, nice to see you again, Rose. Hope you're keeping well, buddy. Clear down here in the Suffolk-Norfolk border. Good stuff. And now the best three cameras. Paul Stevenson. Ooh. You know, you're making me think I should have made a video about this. All the top threes. Best three cameras. Let me think. Anything with a 2600 sensor in, you know, Player One Poseidon, ASI 2600, that kind of thing. They're just, they're so nice to deal with, the data from those. So yeah, I really like those cameras. IMX 571s, I should say. 585 based cameras, they're right up there for me as well. They really, really are. What to give third place to? It's hard to say. That is a difficult one, because outside of those particular types of camera, you know, like the really clean IMX 571, 455, 533, 585, I've kind of got issues with just about every other camera on the market at that point. You know, everything else kind of below it irks me in one way or another, so I'd probably have to leave it at a top two, because everything else, it's got annoying points for me, you know, like 294s, etc. You can take a great image with a 294, but they're not for me. They're just bloody hard to calibrate reliably. Gotta go, says Steve. Sorry, Steve, I'm probably missing you here, mate. Good seeing you, by the way. Time you read this, you're probably 15 minutes later. This is a big delay. Oh no, I've done it again. Yeah, sorry, Steve. If you ever see this, mate, nice of you to pop in. Jamie Erskine. Hello, Luke. How's it going, Jamie? What monofilters do you use and would you recommend? Oof, good question. Depends on your budget, I would say, if as to what I could recommend to you. But as to what I currently use, I've got a set, or rather they're owned actually by Chloe, my partner, but I have a set of astronomic filters, and they're pretty good. The 6.5 nanometer bandpass ones, so they're nothing brand new or anything like that, but they're good filters. So I'd probably recommend those. I don't know, if you're after some really high-end stuff, 3 nanometers and whatnot, without going right up to chroma filters, that kind of thing. There's some very nice Ascar filters out now. They're good. There's a lot of options, to be honest. It seems like manufacturers have got really bloody good at making filters lately, in most cases. So, yeah, it's not like the dark old days where, you know, if you're on a budget, you had like one option, and it was the Bada 7.5 nanometer filters, which weren't that budget to begin with, but they were pretty good. But they had a host of issues of their own, I would say. So I'm apt to say at least that there's not many bad decisions to be made these days on filters. I have to say I've had the triplet 130 from Altair Astro, EDQ 70 from them, wireless stars pinpoint. Hey, you know what? One more telescope I've really enjoyed. I'm going to add a number 4 slot. The Skywatcher SkyMax 180. I've really enjoyed that scope. I have. Maxitov designs, I like them. And the major issue of like the thermal effects that you see from them has been so eliminated just by giving the thing a blooming silver jacket that it's unbelievable. It really is a cracking telescope, that. But yeah, that'd be number 4 on the good scopes list. Lazy Astro. Hey Luke, how's it going, mate? What pixel size would you recommend for planetary imaging using a Skywatcher Mark 150? I think you're going to be fine with either, to be honest with you, mate. To be honest, there's no real bad decision. I'm assuming you're looking at 4.62s, that kind of thing. Maybe if you're looking at 2.9s, or maybe even all the way up to a 5.85 sort of sensor. Yeah, they're all great cameras. The 2 micron pixels on the 676 that I've got myself as well, I find that to be a really good fit. I will say that. So if you haven't got either and you're looking at making a fresh purchase, maybe go for the 2.0 size pixels, depending on the rest of the sensor technology. But yeah, that's probably what I'd say. Nice to see you, Danny. Always good to have you in a live stream, mate. Hope you're keeping well. Gabe Sewell there just saying he thinks 2 microns pixels might be a better match. Yep, possibly, mate. Here we go. Luke and his SQA 55. Yes. I know, mate. I'm an absolute SQA 55 nutter. Love it. What guides could be using? Oh, that's to Liberty Astro, sorry. Martin Villamea, what focal length would you say you could pair well with a 585 sensor for Galaxy astrophotography? Ooh, good question. That's an interesting question as well, Martin. Let me see now. What sort of size scope could you support? That had been one of my first questions. What would be your budget? As well as, obviously, you have to consider that kind of thing. But I feel like a 585 pairs with most stuff quite well. I'm certainly looking this Galaxy season. I want to try doing some Galaxies with the Hyperstar rig just out there, and I want to pair up the 585 for some of that as well, I think, as that'll make a nice, interesting shot, even at 540mm focal length. So without, the traditional hurdles that you have to go over for Galaxy photography, of mega long focal lengths and, super accurate guiding, it should make the barrier to entry a lot easier, and I'm hoping I'll get the best of both worlds, some good resolution and some really fast captures with that rig. But yeah, if you can give me a little bit more information, I can hopefully help you a little bit more with that, as can hopefully some other people in the chat. Marco, nice to see you in another live stream, buddy. Always a pleasure. Darren's Astro, hello from Utah. Nice. Love what you're shooting and look forward to clear skies after so much snow. Brilliant stuff, Darren. Hopefully it clears up for you soon, buddy. Whoops. I wonder how far behind we are. Ooh, am I a while? Is it a while? 500 to 1,000 mil, probably be fine with 585. Yeah. Rosette Cone is looking. Oh, that's where we are then. Okay, Rosette image looks amazing. Thank you, guys. Yeah, we're a little bit behind then, aren't we? I'll try to catch up some more. That's a tough break, man. That one. That's I had something like that when I was a kid. Actually, lucky to have it. It wasn't 4-inch though, that's for sure. Astro Chaps, I have a 150 PDS. Tomorrow I'm going to collect my new C8 HD. Brilliant. Wish you luck with that. I do wish you luck with that, mate. I think you're going to really enjoy yourself. Now, hang on a gosh dang minute. I'm sorry, mate. Nothing wrong with Scout Evo Star. I know. Well, it's arguable. For astrophotography, I'll say that. And if you want it, I will clarify as well, Evo Star can also mean Evo Star ED telescopes, and they're fine. They're absolutely fine. But what I was talking about was an Evo Star 120 non-ED, just an achromat. It were rough. Let's just see. .071 was a good old camera. Yeah, they weren't bad at all, mate, to be honest. 533 and 585. Hello, everybody. How's it going? Nugsy, Cheap Astro, Altair filters. Yes, mate, they're not bad from what I hear. Absolutely. I mean, the Altair filters, of course, Altair aren't making them. They're just made from someone else and rebranded as Altair, you know what I mean? So it all depends where they're actually all originally coming from. That's what you should really try to focus on. Antlia, yes, Antlia do make nice filters. Do indeed. New RGB filter from Altair, good. So the 3nm SHO, good stuff. Again, I wonder who's actually making these for them though. Is it something like Antlia or not? I do wonder. I tend to agree with the IMX571 being very good. I mean, I have no complaints with it, to be honest, Paul. I know that the early 2600s from ZWO, some of those had an issue where like the thermal interface material they used leaked, and so people were getting like oil spills. So that's obviously not good, but it's not inherent as an issue to the sensor itself. That was just their implementation of it at the time. But yeah, they've taken care of that at least, it seems, and the sensor itself is cracking, really is. Sorab, how's it going, mate? Nice to see you in another live stream. It is. Good evening. Finally made it. Woke up early today, 6:05 in the morning. Wow. Good on you, mate. Getting after it, eh? No problem at all, mate. Hi, Luke from Canada says, N.I.N.A Astro. How's it going, mate? Nice to have you here. C8 HD at full focal length with the 533 MC Pro. Can I do it? Yes, you can do it. Absolutely. You'll have a very, very tight field of view, but you can do it. You'll have to have good guiding, though. I will say that. Either good guiding or you're limited to very short exposures. High Point Scientific are selling out on Mead and Orion quickly. Mead's gone under, hasn't it? That's all. So they're just like clearing stock or something, or am I missed something there, Aaron? Anyone with the Dwarf 3 that keeps turning off after EQ mode, after EQ calibration? I've had no such issues myself, mate, but that's interesting. Yeah, non-ED. Sorry, I should have been crystal clear on that one, Rose, because I know I'm well on board with you. If you're talking Evo Star ED, like the 80 ED, etc., I had one of those and really liked it. Yeah, I really liked it. Dwarf 3 will get better with updates. It will. Yeah, folk at Dwarf Labs as well, I will say, they're serious about the device. They're continually getting on with updating it and adding features that are requested, things like that. It's good to see. Yeah, it's good to see. Oh, so Liberty Astra saying, I think they're getting them made for themselves now, Luke. Okay, so they've got, well, made for themselves. Again, like I say, it depends who makes them, doesn't it? If I'm understanding you correctly, have you had the opportunity to test any of the Player One filters? Just a dual band filter, Darren, as it happens. It's a bloody expensive filter. There's no two ways around it. It's their Player One Anti-Halo Pro. It's expensive, but it's really good. I've not used a better dual band filter, but it's not suitable for really fast systems. I will say that as well. So yeah, that's the only one I've tried. Had a good experience with that one, and yeah. I will say filters can be a finicky thing. I don't know if any of you in the chat remember my days back with the Celestron Rasa 8, where I absolutely loved the IDAS NBZ UHS. So that was their ultra high speed dual band filter, and I loved that filter on the Rasa 8. Worked awesome. Never any halos, reflections, etc. It was all just chef's kiss. Do you know what I mean? It was really, really good. Tried it on the exact same filter on my Rasa 11 when I got it, and nightmare. So there's never really going to be a true one-size-fits-all solution sometimes. All you can do is just try to find someone else who's using your, dream rig and see how they're getting on with it, rather than making the leap blind. Player One filters are very good. That's good to hear, Paul. I'm going to code a box like the ASI Air that also will work for all cameras. Crikey, that's going to be some work, mate. Absolutely. Good evening, Corinne. How's it going, Corinne? Nice to see you, mate. Aaron says, after Orion and Mead went out of business, High Point Scientific bought all the remaining stock. Wow, selling everything at 40 to 60% off. That's huge. Crikey. It's kind of it's a tough one, I imagine, because there's going to be some bargains to be had, no doubt about it. But how do you go about supporting something then? You know what I mean? If down the line your Mead needs a new part for its mount or something, as I remember the older Meads were apparently like infamous for having the mount boards burn out. What do you do in that scenario then? I don't know. But if you can defork stuff, especially if you're talking about the SCTs, they were very good telescopes as far as I know. But yeah, I have a Player One UV-IR cut filter. Very good filter. Nice. Good to hear that, mate. Yeah, the TubeTech Stellavita is trying to do that. It is indeed. Like I say, I think I'm probably going to have a bit of an update video for you about the Stellavita, as after, my video and the feedback that I delivered to TubeTech about that device, they've got back to me, and I'm really pleased with the reply. Yeah, basically. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing. I really expected to be pretty much attacked, to be honest, because I certainly weren't pulling any punches on the review. Well, it weren't really a review, were it? But no, they've taken it very seriously. It's good to see. Let's just catch up a little bit. Made a full roof control system, putting a weather station on it now. That's really cool, mate. Good evening. Hey, Wes, how's it going? You've caught me. I know you keep mentioning you want to catch one of these lives. Weather here in Liverpool is dreadful, so still no first light for your new Celestron 925. That's rough, mate. I hope it clears for you soon. Quick lads, it's catching up. Ask him stuff. That's it. I had Meads and they always burned out the boards. They're gone now, so no fixes. Right. That's fair, mate. Yeah. I'm trying to think now. I could have sworn someone was offering like a modification service at one point, where you could like send your Mead boards off to them, and they'd upgrade all the capacitors and things like that with stuff that could handle what the rest of the system were throwing at it, and hopefully make it less likely to burn out. Another scope that I was really interested in at one point, but it kind of fizzled out once I learned a bit more about them, was the Mead RCX scopes. They had so much like electronics built in. You could even, as far as I remember, collimate the scope electronically. But as you can imagine, all those electronics were also many points of possible failure, and from what I've read, seems like they did fail a lot. So a very nice scope optically, but really needed to be rejigged entirely if you wanted to use it in any serious capacity for any length of time. But yeah, Again, another random tangent about old gear now, you know what I mean? Jamie Erskine, question for everyone. Does anyone ever use their mono camera to intentionally leave the image black and white? Or is it all about the colours for you? Go all, who is it now? Ansel Adams, black and white photographer? I don't think there's anything wrong with that, mate. Yeah, if you want to take black and white shots of space, go for it. You do you. I think it could look really effective as well in certain regions, that's for sure. Down to your preference, yep, absolutely. Corrine is doing good. Good stuff, mate. Just here at work on the night shift. Was a busy last weekend at home packing. Crikey. So you're full on, if you don't mind me asking, Corine, you're full on packing up now then, getting ready to make the move, eh? Wow. If budget is not a concern, what would be a good telescope to pair with an AM5, a 6-inch refractor or an RC6? The refractor. Any day of the week, mate, to be honest. I would avoid the RC6s, to be honest. The RC6s, like I say, they can be made right, but I just don't really think it's a great design. You've got that coupled up focuser, you know what I mean? You can't really move it independent of the rest of the system, and you need that to truly collimate and have it stay collimated on a rich Chrétien design. But yeah, 6-inch refractor, a good, reasonably lightweight one. I want to say I probably wouldn't like to put something like an Esprit 150 on an AM5. You could probably handle it, but I think it'd be a bit bloody heavy. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't like to put an Esprit 150 on like an EQ6 either. Just a really enormously heavy telescope. But that's me. I know the mount can handle some serious loads. It's just I always prefer to run stuff a little bit on the more conservative side, I would say. I loved my LX200, but they need a fork, and Ascar is so sketchy. Yeah. Complaining about the weather always sounds quaint living in Finland, where we start with only 6 months of dark nights to begin with. Yeah, it's all relative, isn't it, mate, I suppose. There's always someone who's got it worse. I can only imagine how difficult it must be up there in Finland. Yes, absolutely. Black and white HA images can look really nice and artistic. Agreed, Pete. Yep, they really, really can. As you speak of an RCX, a club I'm a part of, Caribbean Institute of Astronomy, CARINA, in Trinidad and Tobago, was able to acquire the 20-inch version. Holy hell. That's got to be a really rare scope, surely, Aaron. Incredible stuff. Something like that is a special scope, innit? That deserves to be, kept commissioned and used and enjoyed for as long as possible. Champion. I love to make galaxies in mono and inverted. Interesting. Sometimes we can see more details, and it looks like old film photos from great observatories. Yeah, that's neat. A lot of the electronics, I can't talk tonight, no longer work. However, the mount is still alive. Good to hear. Good to hear the mount's hanging on. Still lots of stuff to pack. This is Corrine. Before you move back to Barbados in a few months. Crikey, mate. Yeah, that's such a big thing. Good on you, though, eh? If that's what you want to do, that's absolutely what you should do. You've only got one chance with your life, haven't you, to enjoy it however you can. I'm sure it's going to be absolutely cracking for you to be back there with the family and stuff again, regular, rather than having to plan big trips to see them and things like that. Yeah. Good times, mate. I'm the 585 guy. Got ya. I'm not on a budget, okay, but would like to get something reasonable. So the 150 PDS seems like a good option. It would pair well with the new Skywatcher EQ AL55i. Okay, yeah, 150 PDS would indeed pair well with it. That's 750 millifocal length. If you're looking to buy from new and that kind of thing, I'd strongly recommend that you pair that 150 PDS with the Skywatcher Aplanatic chroma corrector. So don't go for the 0.9 times reducing chroma corrector, as that introduces, I think, significant chromatic aberration, and also, perhaps worse than that, the stars are round, but they're also a little bit soft, I would say, when compared to the Planetary. So it's worth spending the extra money. That would be my advice. I did it. Definitely didn't look back at all. But yeah, I hope that's useful information for you, Martin. But also, if it is your first Newtonian as well, I would say prepare for some difficulties, because they're not out of the box easy. They're just not. You know what I mean? I think it's totally fair to say that. Sorry, Luke, I meant to reply a couple of minutes ago. Yes, I finally got you on the live stream. It's good to have you here, Wes. I know. I keep seeing your comments like, I've missed you again. I can sense the frustration. Nice of you to join. Get the 150p Quattro or the 150 Carbon Star. Both come with dedicated correctors. They do. Like I say, the 150 Quattro, good scope. Again, I think the corrector that comes with it, though, it's a reducing corrector as well. From what I've seen, I'm not mad about it. But that's just me. I am a bit of a bugger to please when it comes to star quality. So that's why I would have said get the 150 PDS, the slightly longer one, 750mm focal length f5, and use the Planetary, and you'll get a sharper image. No two ways about it. Will be a little bit slower, but I would take slower and sharper. Ideally, you want both, don't you? You want fast and sharp, but it can be a bit hard. So in that case, maybe the Carbon Star might be better corrected. Don't know about that too much. Wouter Vanderberg. How's it going, Wouter? Hey, Luke, you and others have been so helpful in the start of my Astro journey. That's lovely to say, mate. Thank you. Got my HEQ5 today. That's a workhorse mount. Congratulations. Waiting for my SQA55 tomorrow. Brilliant. Yeah, that's going to be a killer setup, mate. Congratulations on that. Really hope you enjoy yourself there, Wouter. Thanks for letting me know. It's good. You know what I mean? It's really encouraging when people get in touch and say things have helped. It really is. I found the Bada MPCC Mark III. Yeah, they're not bad. I tried an MPCC Mark III as well. Not bad. Probably better than the 0.9 times reducing corrector from Skywatcher, but at least in my experience, again, the MPCC wasn't as good as the Planetary. For me, it was definitely worth it, but yeah. Did you get a glimpse of the SQA70? Would you be reviewing any other SQAs? Michael, I'd love to, mate. Yeah, so as far as I know, there's the SQA, is it an 80, 86? And a 106 or something like that. They feel like direct competitors to the Takahashi FSQ telescopes, only they give smaller spots. They're sharper than the Takahashis. I know that's going to ruffle some feathers, but it's there for people to see, you know what I mean? They are incredible. I'm not knocking the Taks, by the way. I bloody love a Takahashi FSQ. But it looks like these Ascars are unbelievable sharp, mate. Yeah. So if the opportunity comes up to test one of those SQA 85s, 106s, that kind of thing, and I've got the money to do so, yeah, I'd love to take a look at one of those. I really, really would. Bloody clouds. Oh no, you got clouds happening, mate. Let's have a quick look on the Skycam. Looks like the Skycam is 10 minutes behind, but we seem to still be okay. Yeah. So hopefully it holds out, you know what I mean? Sorab says, thanks, Luke. I like the plug and go aspect of refractors. Me too, mate. 100% me too. But I wanted something with a long focal length for galaxies, so I was thinking about the RC, SCT, Newt options. I'm not sure how well an AM5 can handle those. Well, I can give you this bit of information, Sorab. My AM5, so the older one, I tried my Celestron Edge HD 11 on it at native focal length, and it did work. I was able to guide 2-minute subs. I didn't try any longer. I think it would have done it. So yeah, it can even handle that sort of load. It's possible. I do believe, though, that when you get to like 6-inch refractors, I kind of feel like a 6-inch refractor would be even harder to guide than an 11-inch SCT, just because it's so long, and a lot of the mass is spread out at the ends of that tube. So there's a large moment of inertia for any movements that need to occur. Whereas due to like an SCT being a much more compact design, any movements that are made, there's less initial inertia to overcome, so it can be a little bit more reactive, a bit more easy to guide, I would say. But yeah, I think you could make it work. I do it, and I would also add the fact that, you know, if you're somewhere with decent conditions, generally speaking, not too windy, that sort of thing, you probably get away with it. You will need a pier extension though. I'll add that for M5, or even more ideally, use a pier altogether rather than any kind of tripod, especially with a long scope like one of those big fracks. Great videos. Finally caught one of your streams live. Awesome, Tyler. Thank you for joining in. Convinced me on a number of equipment choices. That's really good to hear, mate. I hope you've been happy with them. I really, really do. Martin saying, last night stayed up till 4 to look at M13 with my 8-inch Dob. Massive disappointment, by the way. Ball 7 is hard, isn't it, mate, in light blue skies. It really is. So I'm looking to switch into photography and retiring from visual. That's fair, mate. I mean, if you still enjoy the visual aspect, though, have you considered... I know it's a little bit of an extreme swap, but you know, like the image intensifier eyepieces, that kind of thing? That could be some fun if you really enjoy the feeling of being out there with the scope. I don't know. It's just something I'd say you could look into, perhaps. Give this, whoops, a bit much of a stretch there, Luke. We've been completely photobombed, by the way, on this picture. I can see, though, there's going to be some promise with it. I will say that. We're 100 minutes in, and things are looking okay. Let me just open up the chat panel. Lost that a little bit. SQA85 and 106, sharp as hell, and definitely a scope to get when you can afford them. Good to hear, mate. Yeah, I can't wait to get my hands on one if I can and test one myself. Like I say, the 55, I know I sound like a broken record about it, but it's just been such a slap in the face as to, like, this is how good a little scope can be in terms of sharpness. Nuts. Really, really nuts. I had a 20-year-old Meade ETX 105 PE. Crikey, is that one of the, I'm just trying to think now, Meade ETX, were they Maxitovs? Little Maxitovs, gifted to me in mint condition, never even take it out of the box, so beautiful, can't bring myself to defork it. That's fair, mate. Oh, that's cool. Corinne and Aaron could end up connecting up, that's really nice. Got my eye on the SQA85. Absolutely, mate. Can't blame you. What part of the UK are you, Luke? Up near Leeds, Wakefield, that sort of way on, mate. Yeah, that's me. Oftentimes the east of England seems to get less clouds than the western side of the UK. Yes, I would probably agree, generally speaking. I guess North Sea is a little bit more forgiving than, like, Atlantic side. You know, where Ireland and all western coast get their kind of weather from. But yeah, we're certainly not exactly swimming in clear skies, though, over here, I will say that. Pim, finally got everything set up and ready to go. Any suggestions for some DSOs from the north to the east? You've done Bodes, Pinwheel, Whirlpool. Need some inspiration. What sort of focal length are you working with, Pim? And maybe we could get on with some... suggestions for you there. I think if you want an interestingly shaped nebula, a bit of an odd one, then the Owl Nebula can be nice. That's M97, I think. That's a cool little shot. And also there's a surfboard galaxy nearby, and if you've got a decent field of view, you can catch a galaxy and a nebula in the same shot, and it can look pretty interesting. Let's just see. They have to settle for the smaller SQA 55 due to budget restraints. Settle's a strong word. No, I know what you mean, mate. Yeah, if you had your heart set on one of the bigger scopes, that I still think you could be very happy. I would say that. I hear Player One is coming out with a mono 585 chip. Yeah, I would imagine so. They're going to be late to the market with it, though, aren't they? I haven't heard any rumblings myself, but no doubt it's probably something they've got to be working on, isn't it, to remain competitive, I would have thought. Matthew. How's it going, Matthew? I've seen you on my channel for ages, mate. Just want to say hi while I wait for clouds to clear here in Derbyshire. Nice one. Well, it's nice to have you hanging out on the stream for a little bit, mate. Were you using an OAG when at F10? Chris is asking. Do you know what, Chris? I can't quite remember if I was using the Barload 464, the Player One Apollo solar camera. Because that actually guided pretty damn well. I wasn't having much issues with flop and stuff like that. So whenever I can get away without using off-axis guiding, I tend to try and do that. Yeah. It is a Mac. Yeah, got you. Luke, are you using the satellite removal tool in SharpCap? I'm not, Rob, actually, no. I had a little bit of a look at it. We could perhaps run the stack again. That might be interesting to see, Good suggestion. Let's... What mode would you recommend, Rob, if you've got any in particular in mind on remove satellite trails? And I'll give it a go. Why can't we just, try that out? Midlands seem to get all the damn clouds. Amount of times I see people out imaging near the coast, and in the Midlands it's just cloudy. Yeah, it's rough, mate, innit? It's England, you know what I mean? Evo Star 72, IMX585. Did I say the owl? I did say the owl. Yeah, the owl and the surfboard, I think it is, mate. They're pretty close together. I imagine you'll probably get both of them in your field of view with the 585 and the Evo Star. And it's just an interesting shot, given the distances involved. You know what I mean? You've got like the stars in the field, which are visible, which are part of our own Milky Way. A nebula, part of our own Milky Way. And then looking out the Milky Way to another galaxy as well, all in one frame, and it's pretty cool stuff. Yeah, have a crack at that. Got a new mono camera on the way. Want to pair it with good scope, good stuff. Evening, Simon. How's it going, mate? Has anyone tried the IDAS GBN filter? Yes, actually, I think I have. I could have... Or have I? I think I tried it. Is that the one that lets through, like, HA and infrared? That kind of thing. If so, I didn't have a good time with it, to be honest, mate. I had really bad bloody reflections from it. And I did a review video. I could have sworn I did one. But yeah. Have a little look on my channel. I think it's called the GNB, if that's what I'm thinking of, not GBN. Correct me if I'm wrong, if they've got something else out though, Simon, absolutely. But yeah, if remembering, it would a bit shonky, I thought. Let me just take a little peek what we got. Perfect, so better off with an Edge HD 8 or so. I like the Edge HD 8, Sorab. Not to throw another spanner in the works, mate, but if you've got plans of using the Edge HD 8 with the reducer, I just don't know how I feel about the reducer for it. I didn't like the Edge HD 8 reducer. I had one for mine and I thought it let the scope down a bit, because when used native, it's really, really good. But as far as I remember, the Edge HD 8 is actually closer to F11 than F10 as well. So it's a little bit slow, conventionally speaking. It's an hard one. It's a really hard question. You use a TC40 with no peer extension right now. Probably not strong enough for that setup. In good, like tranquil weather, no gusts and things like that, you should have no major issues. As long as you're using a counterweight, by the way, of course, as well, as it's a lot of mass mounted high up in it. So probably not too much to worry about with that. The length will be fine, given the Edge HD, you're going to balance it in saddle, no problem. It shouldn't ever collide with anything. Like I said, not a massive fan of the reducer of it, but using it in native, I really liked it. Have you considered, does it really have to be something like a 6-inch refractor, or would you consider like a hyper sharp but smaller refractor? I don't know. I reviewed an Ascar PHQ130. That were a really bloody nice refractor. A little bit smaller than you were looking at. Of course, they'd be 150mm, weren't they? But it was heavy, it was long, but it was really good. So yeah, I'd say that's potentially another option. And also, if you want to save a lot of money, I've been really, really happy with the Ascar 120 Apo. And I mean really happy. No complaints. Crikey, source code coming in again with a $99. Mate, that's unbelievable. Thank you so much for that. That's incredibly kind of you. It really... Hey, hand on that. Thank you. I am new here. Oh, crikey. That's unbelievable. Thank you. Yeah, that's knocked me off my stride, hasn't it? Unbelievable stuff. Jeez. Would you look at that? Thank you, mate. Let me try and remember what I was saying. That's just completely took me out of left field, mate. That's so much money. You know what I mean? £100 to just give to someone like that. That's incredible support, and it really does mean a lot. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, mate. I've tried SharpCap for quick captures of the planets, but when I go to live stacking, it rejects pretty much every single frame. So do just live captures and process later. I wonder what I'm missing. Are you making sure to try this little one right here, mate? So Planetary live stacking rather than traditional live stacking. Because it's right next to it. It looks like it could be part of the same system, but it's not. It's its own thing. Sorry if that's a really obvious thing to mention. It's just that'd be my first thing to look at. Bond. Hi, Luke, mate. How's it going, mate? Is that the Isle of Man flag? I noticed you're on a bike as well, if that's you. Oh, crikey, I miss my motorbike. I really do. Oh, God. Nice to have you, by the way, in chat. It's not like that here on the coast. Clouds. I need to go to Cloud Buster. You need some, like, sort of big drone, mate, that can lift your rig above the clouds. Get some flight clearance and get it up there. It's been a while. Can you offer the options on the tool? Sorry, Rob. You were getting back to me about the remove satellite trails thing. I'll show you those right now, Rob. So test to highlight the trails or remove. So I'm guessing testing is just for setting your settings, and then remove should have a crack on. I did have a brief look. I can probably... I'd say it's not going to need to be overly sensitive, is it? Minimum trail length 100. I'm assuming that's in pixels. Well, they're all pretty long because we're using long exposures, aren't we? Trail width, is that a minimum? I wonder. Let's just zoom right the way in. Crikey, we've got some bad noise on this, haven't we? Look at these. Look how this looks. That's got to be at least 3-5 pixels, something like that, wide. So, tell you what, Rob, you suggested it. I'll give it a go at this, mate. And if you see anything I'm doing wrong, just shout it out. You know what I mean? And we'll try again. But yeah, let's have a crack at that. Seems to be getting a lot of noise happening there. I don't know what's going on. Hot pixel removal only. Yeah, we'll let that run. See what happens. I do wonder sometimes. Thank you again, mate. Honestly, that's just unbelievable support, and thank you to everybody, by the way, who's given you support during this stream. It's very, 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 very welcomed. It really is, and it means a great deal to me. Thank you. Check out the video. Yeah, it's the GMB. Got you, Simon. So yeah, I hope that's useful to you, mate. I will say, I'm not like the only person who didn't enjoy it, but also some people do like it. So just because I'm saying like, it bugs me because of halos and stuff, as far as I remember on that video. If you're someone who's not that bothered by them, maybe the benefits it offers is potentially makes it worthwhile. Holy crap, what's just happened there? Nick P. $199. Following source code's example, thank you for all the advice and patience in answering questions. It's really helped my journey and new scope. Nick. Mate, that's unbelievable. Holy hell. Let's get that. Get that big. That's just... Guys, thank you. Oh, man. And on that, I really, like... I really mean it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I can't say it possibly enough. I want you to know that however much you feel like I've helped you, you've helped me more. And that's the top and bottom of it. You know what I mean? So I really, really appreciate it, guys. I can't thank you enough. And I mean that. I'm completely blindsided. Sorry. How are you meant to... how are you meant to go on after something like that? Crikey. And Chris as well, with 5 gifted memberships as well. Oh, guys. That's just been... astonishing. That's the word for it. Astonishing. Thank you. I'll do my best to catch up. That's waylaid me in the best possible way. Blimey, it really has. Thank you. Let's just see. By the way, Robert, your suggestion, mate, spot on. It's nearly gone. It's tried to get rid of the plane trails as well, but all the muskings that had occurred, gone. It's done a pretty darn good job. Thanks for that suggestion there, Rob. Like it. Clear here on the Essex coast. Nice. What's up, man? Yeah, it's just unbelievable, mate. Like I say, thank you, everybody, and I really do mean it. But it's, you know, this is above and beyond. The support that you guys give is just astonishing. Again, that same word, it's the right word. Thank you. Let me just catch up. I had the TC40 and sold it. Pretty bad for stability. I had to really weigh it down to get it usable-ish with a refractor. Let's just try another tripod if you can. Yeah, on longer scopes, Michael's right, I would say, for sure. If you've got a short scope, I find it we're okay. A longer scope, it can oscillate a little bit, I feel like. Do you know what I mean? It's a good tripod, don't get me wrong, but there are other... oh my God, what on earth has just occurred there? Pete. Oh my God. What's happening? I'm absolutely speechless, guys. That is unbelievable. Between you, that's just unbelievable. My God, I don't know how I could ever possibly say thank you enough for that. Can you imagine? Do you know what I mean? How can you possibly react to that kind of kindness? You know what I mean? I don't feel like I deserve anything. So this is just bowling me over completely, guys. Leg end legend, yes, indeed, mate. Oh my God. I thank you. Mate, if I could reach through the screen and hug you all, I would. I really bloody would. Oh, crikey. That's, just thank you. Thank you. And I really do, hand on heart, again, like I say, I hope you know, it means the world to me that you choose to give support like that. You don't have to do anything like that, but the fact that you've done it, it is, once again, just astonishing to me. It really, really is. Thank you. You guys are incredible, and I really mean it. You really, really, really are. Jesus. Yeah, that's just thrown me off. That's just completely thrown me off. You all have between you. Good grief. You're all so kind. You really are. What am I going to tell my family when I walk inside now? That's unbelievable, guys. Jesus Christ. I'm going to have some good news to give them, that's for sure. Yeah, it looks like we can deal with that SQA85 when it comes in. Oh my god. Oh, phenomenal. Really is phenomenal. You guys, you're the best community that anybody could ever dream of. Wow. I didn't know you got rid of the bike, Luke. Yes, mate. I very sadly had to get rid of the bike when I was building the observatory. I needed to sell it to raise the funds to make this happen. You know what I mean? A worthy trade, I will say, as this does get used more than the bike did. Yeah, I used to just be a leisure rider, but I still miss it. They are dead fun. They're dangerous, aren't they? But they're bloody dead fun. Incredibly kind and generous. Can't think of a nicer YouTuber to give it to. Oh, that's really kind of you to say, mate. It really, really is. I will try to catch up as much as I can. Nice satellites. I haven't tried live second for the planets. I'm so blind. I'll try it out next time. So that was the issue then, Astro. That's good to hear. I feel like SharpCap could do a better job of making that visible, because it's like, it's not immediately obvious, is it? That you've got to click on that tiny little button up there to get to the planetary bit. But yeah, it works wonderfully. I've got a couple of videos on my my channel where I'm demonstrating using that, like in the wild. I like it. It's, in fact, for me, it's completely replaced traditional methods of planetary imaging. It scratches the itch. It does the job really, really well. Bloody hell, I'm still just bowled over, guys. There's no coming back from this. Do you know what I mean? How do you cope with that? Crikey, thank you. Thank you all. Let's just see. So Rob, we're just getting back about his settings. Perfect. Thank you again, Chris. Let's fucking go. I know what that means. We spend thousands on gear. Knowledge is the other half that's required in this endeavor. That's very fair to say, mate. Yeah. It takes a long time to get there. What the crikey is this as well? CHF 20 from Gillian, adding a small tip for the coffee. Thank you very much indeed for that, mate. I don't know what that is, but equally, whatever it is, and however much it is, it's very, very kind of you to give anything. I really, truly appreciate you all. I do. I mean, the support is... it's wild. It really bloody is. As I say, it makes me feel odd in a way, because what I do is I just share what I get up to and give my opinions and stuff, and I don't feel like I deserve anything, to be honest. And I really mean that. It's... how could I deserve anything like this? It's unbelievable. But all I'll say is there's some seriously kind people out there. Evidently. Thank you again. Let's just see. Yeah, that again though, that is a very, very fair comment. It's absolutely true. Good evening, Luke. Just found out you're alive. Milkman, how's it going, Milkman? Good to see you here again, mate. Hope you and your family are doing well. My friend, we're doing really well after this bloody stream. That's for sure. Crikey, now you have to do a show and dance with the top hat. I'll probably have to buy a top hat, won't I, when if I keep going on like this. When I get that SQA85. I'll have to get back in contact with Ascar, I guess. I've been putting off asking them, because it's a bit embarrassing, isn't it? You know what I mean? If you're asking just to review stuff and couldn't perhaps afford getting it through, but now we're sorted. Crikey. Some of the other options under Enhancement tab in SharpCap Lifecycle can clean up the noise, if only for the purposes of display for the streaming. Very true, Mark. Yes, you are right. Enhancement. Colour noise reduction, would we be on? Let's just check if that's... it's taking the edge off, hasn't it? I don't know. Do we lose some colour fidelity, I think, with that as well? It's a little bit of a heavy-handed application. I've grown so spoiled, do you know what I mean, by BlurXTerminator, NoiseXTerminator, that kind of thing, and how they operate without taking any details away whatsoever. That anything else is like a difficult pill to swallow. I'll tell you what, if we just drop the stretch very slightly and maybe where we're currently at, maybe up the saturation a touch more, we might see maybe a little bit more of Bernard's loop appearing there. I like that. I will say that looks nice. What the heck's just occurred there as well? Oh god. Sora beat. Well, this will not top beat, but thanks for taking your time to answer my questions, Luke. Buy something for the little one. Oh man, thank you so much. You're all so kind, guys. I can't thank you enough. I really, really can't. Astrophotography, £20 as well. Bloody hellfire. For the chat the other day, mate. Well, I feel like I should pay you, Rose. I really enjoyed this chat together, mate. But I'm so thankful to you. Bloody hell. I would give up without BlurX and NoiseX, mate, me as well. They've changed the game for me so much that I couldn't go back. I wouldn't go back. Do you know what I mean? Hey, Mr. Farsography, great YouTube channel. Yeah, for anybody, by the way, in the chat who doesn't know, Astrofarsography there, Rosine, he's one of the initial channels that got me into trying to do this whole thing on YouTube. So yeah, I'll be eternally grateful to him for that. Guy, your tab just crashed. Oh dear, let's see if we can restore this tab. There we go. We're good. We're good. You can't handle numbers this big. It's only Firefox. That's just unbelievable, guys. They literally work wonders. They do. They really do, mate. Those BlurX, NoiseX tools and stuff like that, I'm always shouting them out in the videos and recommending people try at least the trials and stuff. Because they're just such a game changer. I was pretty much phobic of spending money on software like that. Crikey. Thanks, mate. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's the support tonight. We'll never top it. This has been absolutely unbelievable, guys. It really, really has. I wish my trial had lasted forever, but unfortunately I expired and had to buy. Oh, mate, I tell you what, one of my friends actually bought me one of the tools as well, Bill Blanchard. Really, really kind of him. But yeah, it's just... without those tools, my enjoyment of this hobby would drop really significantly, and I can't say of anything else that I've spent cash on in the game that has meant as much, you know, lift in enjoyment as they have. I've really enjoyed having Pixie Insight, but it were a nightmare to get used to. I'll say that for sure. But yeah, those three, and oh yeah, someone else was just mentioning GradientXterminator, GradientXterminator just mentioning there. Never got much out of GradientXteraminator, but love StarXTerminator. That's fair. But yeah, GradientXtert, that's a free one. That's also another bloody unbelievable tool. SharpCap would be amazing to add in a BlurXTerminator, NoiseXTerminator tool. It would indeed. I'm sure we could hopefully see a future implementation of that kind of thing. I'll just try to catch up on a couple of these chats, because I realise I'm still waylaid completely. Obviously, you guys have just knocked me out with this. It's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable. But I don't want to miss people's messages as much as I can. Let's just see. Goodness me. I actually feel for Luke, because what on earth does he say? To feel he's saying thank you enough after 100 and 205. Yeah, exactly. Nail on head, Wesley. Yeah, it's difficult. Like I said, for someone who feels like they don't really deserve anything for it, other than, you know, like the YouTube revenue that comes just naturally from views and things like that. It's a shock. Like a shock like no other. To see that kind of support rolling in, it's just unbelievable. What kind of internet connection are you on? 56k. Here, we've actually got like gigabit, basically. I pay for good internet. This place, it's pretty damn good. Are we having any, like, issues with it? Is you noticing any stream issues? Because maybe I could alter my settings on OBS to try and sort that out a little bit. I'd love to know if the stream looks okay for you guys, or if there's any issues. Yeah, these boys are crazy. Absolutely. Pete's not going to be outdone. Nah, you're all unbelievable. Truly you are. You need to stream every night, Luke. Mate, I'd be terrified of doing that. That's crikey. Captain Tech Review, diapers aren't cheap for baby Luke Skywatcher. Yes, that's true. Oh God. Showing a dance to the top at 100%. I've just noticed as well, bloody hellfire. Someone else coming in hot. Rob Barter with £20 as well. Rob, thank you, mate. Thank you all. Oh, and I'm just seeing no baby Luke, it's just lag. Internet. Luke lag, no internet lag. Got you. Yes, I definitely suffer from that. My own brain isn't on gigabit, I'll tell you that much. It's like dial-up modem sounds, you know, that. Man. Gonna have to buy the SQ85 and name it Pete's Little Toy. I feel like I need some sort of, some stickers for all you guys. Get your names printed out on the scopes or something. Pressure's on. This is gonna have to be an amazing stream. Mate, I feel like I need to stay live for 24 hours or something. Or more. You should have a buy me a coffee link, Luke, so YouTube don't take that bit. I got 500 in coffees filming the drones at Lake and Eve. That's unbelievable, mate. Awesome stuff. If people want me to add that kind of thing, I can. It's not as like community visible as obviously this sort of thing, unless there's a way to implement it into the chat. I feel like it's a lovely thing, of course, when someone makes any kind of donation in support to the channel, all of them. I can't tell you how appreciated it is, and I really can't. How thankful I am for it. And I think like this way, it's well able to be celebrated by the community as well. But if it's something that someone would like adding, yeah, could look at that for sure. Matthew Hyman, incredible support, but I feel well deserved for Luke with the young family. Oh, that's really kind of you to say, mate. Thank you. For once, Luke can keep up with the chat and you're all making him speechless. It's true. It's true. Just say you robbed a bank. It should go over well. Looks like we've managed to break Luke. Yes, you bloody well have, mate. Yeah, between you, you've... I don't even think I'm going to be able to sleep tonight. That's just knocked me out. Unbelievable. Richard, Passard, Luke, mate, you definitely deserve it. That's very, very kind of you to say. Time, effort, and knowledge put into this. Sharing with the community is priceless. Thank you, mate. It's really, really good of you to say that. Philip Biggs, greeting from the Nevada desert, traded the Bottle 7 of Middlesbrough for the Bottle 1 of Tonopah, USA. What a change. Holy moly, mate. Oh, crikey. What's this now? You guys are unbelievable. What's happening? Alan as well, welcome to Cosmic Support. Bim gifted memberships for some screws for you. Thank you, Michael. Bloody hellfire. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. You're unbelievable. You do stickers for a living, Mark. We might have to get in contact then, mate, to be honest. That could be really cool. You deserve all the fantastic support for your hard work. That's... Oh, I can't possibly deserve this, mate. There's no No way. But man, thank you. The best. Oh, thank you. Guys, you're unbelievable. Seems as though you're printing money, sir. Oh my god. It would seem that way. Oh man. What is it to be said? Do you know what I mean? Streaming at 45p and it looks good. That's good to know, Russ. Thank you. That is useful info. And I'm saying, can't imagine processing without RC tools. Thinking about I used to have yes, after you used to go through denoising and deconvolution makes me shiver. Me and all, Pete. Yeah, absolutely. It wasn't something that I found any enjoyment from whatsoever. The traditional methods of working through denoise and decon. It just sucked. So this gets rid of all of that pain. Does it better than I ever could have dreamed of doing? Yeah, it's a no-brainer for me. SETI Astro. I still need to check those out. I really do need to check those tools out, don't I? I'm so far behind. Pixie Insight sucks. I mean, it's good, but it's not good. No, I agree. I know exactly what you're saying. Well, I think I know what you're saying. Like, for me, Pixie Insight, the power that it offers is unrivaled. It's incredible in that regard. It really, really is. But I don't feel in any way, shape, or form like that program is developed for me as such, with me in mind. I feel like it's more developed like for NASA or something with the terminologies they choose to use sometimes and the controls. It's good that it's got them, but I don't know. I'd probably prefer some sort of simplification available, like a change in the user interface, user experience, or whatever that you could toggle on or off, like pro mode on or off. I'd probably run it with it off if it simplified things, because it can be a little bit overwhelming. For me, absolutely it can be. Oh, crikey. Liberty Astro as well. Only got that in my Google account. Empty in the bank for the stream, mate. I respect it. Thank you. What if one day you do a review while a live stream while reviewing something? That would be fun too. That'd be interesting, mate. Yeah. I feel like it'd probably be a nightmare. Usually when I'm trying to review stuff, I like to try to familiarize it, myself with it a little bit, so that I don't want to say waste anybody's time, but sometimes using a product might not be like immediately obvious in some cases. Like getting the filters the right way around on this, for example, as part of the review that I did. I made sure to have to like research and get the information correct about directionality for them. That would have been hard to do live on the fly, I think, but I just have to be back in just 1 second. I'll be back in a moment, guys. Oops. I'll just move this over ever so slightly. See what we're up to. Right, I'll be a moment. Oh, right. Fuck. Oh, I tell you what, it's brisk out there. Water in the grass. You know, you're not wrong, actually, Chris. Yeah, I was bursting, but I went to check on Chloe, make sure her and Felix are okay. They're doing good, so we may forge onwards for a little bit. And he's dancing around the garden. Yes, absolutely, bloody hellfire. Just put in chat and pin it, mate. That's really good. Yeah, if buy me a coffee, I suppose I'd feel terrible taking anything else. So it's already been absolutely phenomenal. We've never had a better live stream than this ever. So yeah, crikey, what an unbelievable time. Source Code opened a donation train. He did, didn't he, mate? It all just kicked off. No issues, you see. Good to know. I have gigabit and can do 4K streaming easy. Okay, yeah, mate. If you can send over some settings, that'd be really, really handy. I think my PC is absolutely fine to be encoding the stream and all that lot. No problems there. Love to see a family's reaction when you share tonight's news with them. Mate, yeah, I said to Chloe, we're having a bit of an insane stream. And I think she can only understand a little bit. When I tell her what's actually happened, I think she'll be a bit gobsmacked. Unbelievable. Just unbelievable. What a mad night. I think I can hopefully catch up a little bit. Oh, Seti's doing some great stuff. I want to work with him making stuff. That's really good to know. Gotta go, enjoy the stream. I've very likely missed you, Sorab there. Sorry, mate. But thank you very much for joining in. It was a pleasure, as always. Luke Lag, 100%. I'm back to that comment, so I know where we are roughly now. Can't support in that way, so I'll just encourage all these viewers to add to the like count. That's really candy, mate. Just a quick flyby. Working the night shift, says Luca. Good of you to drop in. Luca, a pleasure. Oh, thank you, guys. Yes, thank you. You're unbelievable. Yeah, what a mad one. When you leave the nerds to make the UI. It's fair. I mean, for someone like, let's say, if I had Adam Block level of PixInsight understanding, yeah, great. But I don't. Do you know what I mean? I just need to navigate my way through a process and make an image that I'm happy with. In which case, there's just a lot of fluff. Do you know what I mean? It feels like it's not developed for the average user, which I'd count myself amongst. Don't see why the UI has to be so clunky. Nope, me either. Got the first images coming in for the owl and surfboard. Oh, brilliant, mate. A bit small, but looks interesting with both of them in one pic. Thanks for the tip. Awesome. Oh, I'm glad you've actually gone for that, Pim. I think you'll have a nice shot, for sure. Even the most basic stuff is complicated. Yeah, even like the naming is complicated. I'm not meaning to absolutely rip on PixInsight, by the way, because it's still really good. But yeah, it could be made a little bit more user-friendly, I think, you know, at the very least. Screaming at the sky. No one wants to see a raw review. It's not a pretty process. Yeah. It could be fun depending on the project, the product, I guess. But yeah, it can take ages, you know what I mean, to get yourself to a point where I think you're comfortable reviewing a product on camera and delivering anything other than your first impressions. In that way is probably hard to do. But yeah, absolutely, I try to record as much as I can. Like the first time I'll get stuff out of a box and things like that. Because you can't replicate that. Do you know what I mean? If it's like the 15th time you've seen it and you've looked at it for a week, it's hard to recapture that, you know, feeling of like, holy hell, this thing's so small. First time you get it out of the box or whatever. Just that, for example. But yeah, the rest of it, you probably got to lean on some familiarization and usage most of the time. But it's a nice idea. I wonder if there's a way to implement it. Almost time to set scope up for a session tonight. More data on M51, says Nick. Nice. My goodness, my first ever Luca Matico live stream and this happens. This is nuts. It has been mad. And yes, I think it should go down in live streaming legend. It's yeah, mad. The cat's away. Oops. Where are we? When you gotta go, you gotta go. Yes, mate. Tell his wife. Oh, mate, yeah. Get some chips and rice. If anybody has seen Benidorm, that's an obscure reference. I realise. Dancing around the garden, pretty much. We need a garden cam. Oh God. Gifts couldn't go to a nicer man. You're too kind, Wesley. Made up for him. Definitely does deserve it. Thank you, mate. Thank you. I definitely don't deserve all this. This is nobody deserves this level of support. It's unbelievable. Oh, thank you, Simon. It's on the wife of his plans to buy the baby an Ascar. This is it. I've got to be like, so Chloe, Felix is going to need a telescope when he gets a little bit older, and I think I'd just be an irresponsible parent if I didn't get him a good telescope for when he's older. I'll make sure it works well until he's old enough to use it. So I'm thinking SQA 85, SQA 106. I can see it now. You might be onto a plan there, mate. Yeah. Ben McLaren helped me get over the times I've set up something new. Why won't it work? Where does that cable go? Oh yeah, mate. Been there. Went out and deflated. When playing Wave. Tomorrow, mate, at this rate. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Buy me a coffee is so much better than the content creator gets the money on YouTube. I mean, I can't knock YouTube, to be honest, mate. I know what you're saying, but I really can't knock YouTube. It's there, and you know what I mean? You don't have to set up for any external sites or anything like that. It's all through the system. Just followed the Insta account. I have to go to bed for work. Oh, that's rough, Wes. Got you, mate. Catch up next time. What a crazy night. Yes, indeed, Wes. Probably missed you there, buddy, but thank you for joining in. I'm glad you finally got to catch a stream. Just see. Yeah. Yes, adjust brightness. Color spectro a la convolution. Yeah, probably would be called something like that. I do kind of wish I recorded my reaction of getting the Stellar Mirror 86 quad out of the box. I must have looked stupid jumping around, smiling and cheering. That's it. Yes, that's it, Ruz. Any image in mind for Galaxy season? Ooh, Derry. Good question, mate. So, one of my targets that I feel is a bit of a nemesis, and it's annoyingly so because it's reasonably bright, is M63 Sunflower Galaxy. I'd really like to take a properly pretty image of that at some point, as I just love the form of it. I think it's one of the most aesthetically pleasing galaxies anywhere in the night sky. So M63, and everybody loves the classic M51, or at least I do. So I'd really like to try and get some good shots of them this year, but on the opposite hand, I do wonder if I kind of like do the same thing too much. Do you know what I mean? As much as I love coming back to these targets year after year and seeing my own improvements over time, is it interesting for other people? So I don't know. If it's something you guys would like to see, anyway, yeah, that'd be absolutely cracking. Rob, how's it going, Rob? Glad to be doing a bit tonight. First time in forever, it seems. Good stuff, Rob. Really, really happy. Oh yeah, got so distracted by the money. He's now back to reading comments 20 minutes late. Yes. Unbelievable stuff. Do a dramatization, yeah. reconstructed. Get a paid actor in, Ruz, to give you your first impression again. See you soon, Morpheus says. Hey, thank you for joining again, by the way, Morpheus. It's kind of you. Got to go now. Pixie site is great. Just use what you need. Not satisfied. There's always more to come. True enough, mate. Yeah. Cheers for now. Greens from the Never Country. Martin. Good stuff. Thank you for your time, mate. Sonny here from Mexico says, Manuel. Good stuff, mate. Ouch. I kind of wish I were in Mexico right now, to be honest with you. It'd be a little bit warmer than the UK. I don't know about anybody else in the UK, but does it kind of not grate on you a little bit after it's cold for so long? I just want it to be summer already, you know what I mean? Got my feet in Astro. Luke got my feet in Astro. What a great guy. Oh, that's really kind of you, mate. You know, I still remember you were really happy, weren't you? With your 150 PDS, as far as I remember, that was the scope that you used. And was it an uncooled Player One Uranus? And you were taking some cracking images with it. I hope I'm remembering correctly the setup that you had there. But yeah, I loved seeing your images on Instagram. You were posting regular on that. Gonna get Felix an SQA 55. That's it. Telling the wife the 1 month old needs an SQA 155. That's it, mate. Oh, you're too kind, Ben. Really are, mate. Good night. Ride the Liger. Derry, well deserved. Oh, thank you. Oh, it's 64 likes. Oh, well, that's not bad. Drunk Cola, welcome aboard, by the way, mate. Nice of you to join in. Hope you enjoy the channel membership. I try to offer little benefits, you know what I mean? Get people's names up in lights, if you like, at the end of the videos and stuff like that. Don't know how I'm going to do that after this stream, though. Like, we had a load of gifted memberships earlier on in the stream as well. Just unbelievable. I wonder how many members are actually out on YouTube. It's probably a bloody ton now. I'm going to have like 15-minute long credits, like a feature film. N.I.N.A Astro, good night, Luke. Have a great session. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. One of my photos was published in the 2025 ZWO calendar, and I'm so glad. That's awesome. Congratulations, Manuel. That's cool. I'm hating the UK at the moment. It's been cold, wet, and depressing for far too long. And it just does. Yeah. I don't mean to be like a moaner or something, but damn, dude. It seems to have just been just a wet one this winter. Ugh. Looks like you have a better night tonight, pal. Yes, mate. It's not a bad one at all, to be honest. This date is looking promising. If a live stack is looking, like this, I think we're going to be able to pull an absolute ton out when it comes to, the real deal, processing it for sure. Glad to rejoin, lad. Oh, thank you. You're a joy when you stream and your vids are brilliant. That's really, really kind of you. Thank you, mate. Appreciated. Let's just see. I think I would prefer the long cold versus the temp fluctuations of the East Coast. 65 Monday, 25 Tuesday, 40 Wednesday. Yeah, that is a bit all over the place, isn't it, mate? But I don't know. I like the fact that in the UK, of course, we've got that seasonality. You do get a taste of all the seasons. It's just sometimes you get sick of that taste after it's been a bit too long. You know what I mean? Especially come winter. No, I'd find it hard to get sick of summer. To be honest with you, I do love the long days because you don't particularly feel rushed to get things done as such. Whereas if you're trying to get something done during the day in winter, you've got so little time to actually do it. But yeah, not only the UK. Yeah, true. Didn't they call Japan like a true 4-season country as well? I'm not sure where else really falls under that category. But yeah, probably there's lots of places I'm just not really aware of. But Ruz, off to bed. Glad you're having a good evening tonight, Luke. Catch you again sometimes. By the way, I did get a YouTube push notification. That's good to know, Ruz. Thank you. I know we were talking about this, weren't we, mate? Sometimes YouTube's like doing us dirty with the notification system. But yeah, hey, thank you for joining in, Ruz. Really, really appreciate it, mate. And keep on keeping on, mate. Your content's awesome, dude. Pete saying Scotland is the place to be to experience the different seasons. You want to see rain, snow, sun? Just wait 15 minutes. True, yeah. That's in the old joke as well. If you don't like the weather, just wait 15 minutes or something like that. True. I really need to go to Scotland at some point, mate. To be honest, there's some lovely, lovely skies up there, isn't there? As far as I like try to use, let me try and open it up for you. Light pollution map. Oh, we've had another tab that's just crashed as well. Is everything all good, by the way, guys? Stream still live and happy? Oh yeah, it looks to be. Chat's moving. Yeah, we just road trip to meet Pete. Yeah, that's it. We had another tab crash then. It were a bit strange. Light pollution map.info. Oops. Just drag this out a second. Yeah, I like to use this site a fair bit. I'll just move it off the chat panel as much as I can. But yeah, up in the UK, you can see there's a lot of really crappy spots towards the coasts. Not too shabby. Class 4's out that way. Scarborough, that's probably nearest coast to me. Class 4. I'm around all in this sort of stuff, you know, this sort of region. Class 6, it's showing right there. But yeah, well, we're actually, it's Castleford. Class 7. But yeah, we're all around this sort of thing. But I know that the further north you go, typically you got access to some unbelievable skies. Look at this, 2187 mag. I think it goes down to like 22 mag at the absolute lowest. Anywhere you go, pretty much. So if we click in the sea there, yeah, 22 mag. Some of these areas in islands, just class 1. Look at that. But you don't get much clear sky time. But crikey, when it does come, it must be unbelievable. It really must. But yeah, we've got a lot of national parks and stuff like that as well. It could be nice to try and ride out at some point. Get to, is this near Kiel there, that way on? Or am I mistaken? But yeah, pretty good tool. I was telling you as well, wasn't I, before on one of the videos around like our location sort of way on. If you check out, is it Vias? So you can see the magnitude over the years has dropped off. Really. Those readings as the change. Well, the reading's not changed on there, but yeah. It has got better over the years, oddly enough. You're at 2164. Oof. Is that still ball 4, eh? Crikey, I would have thought that I'd fell into 3 at that point, but yeah. Unbelievable stuff. Let me just see. Working fine. Yeah, good to know. So that's all good. Why you complain about the weather? He's in rainy England and have clear skies. Yes, true. Oh, you're from Italy and it's raining. No, I've done you, mate. Sorry. Oh God, I'm sure everything will be restored very shortly, Gillian. Yeah. Cairngorms or the West Coast is the place to go. Ball 2 skies. Oh, yes, please. I imagine they're probably a bit savage up there though, Pete. No, probably pretty windswept and stuff. I'm imagining. No real experience to draw from. Central Wales is excellent. Yes, I've heard that, mate. I've got a few, friends living around in Wales, that sort of way on. They do say it's pretty damn good for much of it. Tariq, nice to see you, mate. Always good to have you in a stream. Okay, Luke, we need some wide field kit and we'll have a Scotland trip together. Sick. Yeah, mate, that'd be dope. Woot, heading to bed. Work is almost calling. Such a good stream. Thanks. Good night, everyone. Hey, thank you, mate, and enjoy your rig, mate. I think you have a good time. SQA and HEQ5, I think you mentioned. Nice. I couldn't watch this live smooth from the start. Got distracted and busy all the time, but thanks, Luke. Hey, no worries at all, mate. Crappy spot on the mainland. It's my country. Can always be more worse. Fair, mate, yeah. Still away from Astro for a long time, but hopefully I'm close to get back since last year. Okay, yeah, well, I mean, that's the good thing about it, innit, mate? Even so, like, sometimes people will get in contact and say, I'm looking at getting back into it after a 10-year break or something. It sounds like it a lot, because it is quite a lot, but the skies aren't going anywhere. Do you know what I mean? It's always there for you. So yeah, just come back to them whenever you're ready, mate. That's the key. Cloud here for a while. That'll end sooner or later. Yeah, man. Good stuff. Class 4 where you are in Ireland. You know, you often, obviously because it makes sense, you often see people going from worse skies to better skies to take these better images. I wonder how much, how different it feels if someone who lives and has gotten used to really good skies then moves for work or whatever to worse skies. Is it just so disheartening that you quit or what? I wonder. It's got to feel like a major kick in the nuts, hasn't it, if you do have to do that kind of thing. I know, like, if we had to move for some reason into better skies, I'd be like really stoked about it, you know what I mean? But if we had to move worse, oof. Greetings from Rainer, Geneva. I've not been on your channel for quite a while. Klaus, I remember. Yeah, I remember you, Klaus. Nice of you to join in. I hope you've been keeping well, and hopefully been keeping up with some Astro too. I miss Scotland. I was there back in 2007 for 2 weeks. Nice. 18.3 Ball 7 Margin Island. Yeah. Ball 7 bros, mate. That's us. Higher end Ball 4, but after driving out to reach Ball 3. Fair enough, yeah. That's the best good reason to reach. Do you find then, if you're still there, Volcano, do you find that it is worth that drive? Just like an hour's no small drive, is it? You know what I mean? Now there, now back. Do you find that the data that you get is worth that extra 2 hours investment that you would get from like the extra 2 hours, if you like, by staying at home and imaging? Or are you doing it all while it's still bright and you don't miss out on anything? Pete's just saying, I thought my Ball 3/4 skies were good, but after processing data from Starfront, I realized they aren't that good at all. Unbelievable. Is it, do you think it's just the brightness of the sky that changed there, Pete? Or is it how dry the air must be out there? Do you know what I mean? Versus Scotland, where it's like, I imagine you've pretty much got to swim. Just total humidity all the time. I don't know. There's so much into it there. I misremembered. It's an hour to get to a lower end Ball 4, but I haven't done it yet. Still starting out, so not worth much for now. Got you. Fair enough, mate. Yeah, that's fair enough. Isle of Scilly. What were it there? Sorry, Chris. Let's just see. Try not to miss out too much. Canary Islands are amazing. Oh, Sean, I know what you mean, mate. I've got a mate who came down the other day. He wanted like a custom star spike mask thing, designing and printing, so I did that for him, and he came to collect it, and we talked about it a bit. And he says, like, the first time he went up Teedy at night, you know, with the purpose of doing smash over photography, it pretty much changed his life. So I can only imagine, you know what I mean, when you get in, like, not only just brilliant skies, but high elevation too, it must just be wild. Yeah, I mean, it must be pretty mad. I imagine it pretty much feels like you're in space at that point, sort of thing. Planning to get a camper so I can just head off if it's clear and find somewhere away from the lights. That's a really cool idea, yeah. It's a pity they're so, like, expensive, innit? Camper vans. They are pretty pricey things, but I imagine you could get a van and convert it to something you could use for Astro pretty easily, couldn't you? That'd also be pretty neat. Someone as well I know mentioned to me that there's quite a few services now where you can rent a camper van for a amount of time and kind of go wherever you want with it. So that might also be a thing. I don't know. Let's just see. I think there's something in here that's making me have allergies. Bit weird. Like fine all day and then I get an itchy nose when I come in here. Just catching up very slightly. Class 8, 9 here, says Tariq. Oh, that's rough, mate. That is rough. Oops. Hope to head to Dark Sky and Kerry this winter. Oh, nice. Klaus said hello. I think light pollution in my area dropped considerably after installation of down-facing LEDs. Yes, mate. Self same thing. Yeah, I mean, yeah, LEDs on their own. I could talk about this regular, like a Musaga broken record, but yeah, LEDs are bad. But a well-shielded LED, I'd take that any day of the week over really poorly shielded sodium lamps, which just make the whole sky bloody glow orange. So much of the light just goes up. It's mad. Whereas at least the ones they've installed around us, it goes down. Pretty good. In Prague, Ball 7, rarely getting any clear nights lately. Oh, mate. I've been really interested in Czech history lately. for all triggered from playing a game. I don't know if you've ever heard about Kingdom Come Deliverance. Yeah, I've learned more about Czech history in the past month or two than I ever thought possible. Well, 1400s period anyway. Let's just see. When I visit the East Coast of the UK to see family, they're in class 7 or 8. I think it's horrible not to see the stars as clear. I can understand that, mate. Yeah, it must seem like such a shame if you live under better skies and you go and see, you know, what people just think is normal. When you know that, you know different. People land. How's it going, mate? Southwest Germany. Got you, mate. Got you. I think it's both. The data is so much better. It defies belief. Oh, no. That's depressing to hear, Pete. I've kind of considered what I should do, you know, because we do get such long periods of bloody terrible weather, don't we, in the UK? Whether it would be worth trying to send a rig over towards Starfront or something like that, and then at least would have regular data that we could work with on the channel, that kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know. We just had another tab crash. We still all good, still alive, guys, yeah? Really playing up tonight. Not sure what's going on. Hopefully still live. Ah, good. Rob, thank you, mate. Yeah, I'm just worried. I keep getting crashes for some reason. Very odd. Deja vu. Indeed. Considering sending my SQA 55. Ah, so you could still hear me then. That's good. To 55 to Starfront. Yeah, it's true, Pete. True, mate. I mean, it's an ongoing cost, isn't it, of course? How much is a pier there now? Like, something worth considering anyway, I suppose. It's just getting your gear over there is probably going to be so expensive, isn't it? Got to run. Try to get back on in a few, hopefully. No worries at all, Ben. Been nice of you to be here, mate. Still live on LG TV, but Chrome keeps dropping off for chat. Okay. So we are having some weird issues, aren't we? Taking a week in Tenerife, says Stuart, at the end of March for the new moon. Taking 2 scopes, fingers crossed. Oh, nice, Stuart, yeah. You must visit Geneva once and visit me at the CERN. Oh my God, that would be incredible. Can show you there a real big camera for particle physics. Unbelievable stuff, Klaus. Thank you very much indeed for that. Yeah. I've just missed your other message as well. Still learning, where I finally bought a Borg 107 fluorite. Still using Player One IMX585. Nice. Well, that's some lovely gear to be going on with for sure. Me, Glenn, and Simon just ended, just like getting out to film, etc. Dark skies are a bonus. Yes, absolutely, mate. I can imagine. It's something I need to experience. Obviously, I can't be, you know, into astrophotography like I am and never at least have a taste of better skies. So yeah, I'm kind of in a way worried though that I'll ruin my skies for myself, because I've never known any better. Do you know what I mean? I've just had fleeting moments where I'll pass through a much better sky and think, oh my god, this is good. And then, you know, before you know it, I'm back home and you kind of forget a little bit. But yeah, got an idea for a live stream. How about you and Queeve or Nebula Photos shooting the same target, or a photo editing challenge? I'd pay to see that. You never know, man. It could do all sorts of stuff, I guess. Eventually, I'm such like a loner, I guess. It's pretty hard for people to set things up with me. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. There's no need to elaborate, really. I guess that's just how I am. But yeah, it'd be a cool idea. Work a fair bit in a Portal 4 location, but get lost looking up at the sky. Don't call her. Oh man. One of my friends gets all over the place with his job. Works for Northern Power Grid. And he sometimes, like, he'll ring me up when he's out on a night, like, being called out, and he'll be somewhere dark, and he's like, what's this thing in sky? It's so much darker here than at home. So, like, someone who doesn't do astro still recognises straight away, like, what the hell? Why is it so different here? But yeah, I think a lot of people, like we talked about, if you just live under bad conditions all your life, you never know any different, do you? Oh crikey, Casey, thank you very much indeed for that, Casey. That's really kind of you, mate. 10 gifted memberships. Welcome aboard to all the folks who have just been given a membership there by Casey. And thank you again, by the way. I know we've gone a minute or so, but I just want you to know this stream has been exceptional. I'll never forget it as long as I live. What an unbelievable night you've all given me. Thank you. Really, really genuinely thank you. Starfront Mini Pier starts at $149 a month. Okay. Alright, so it's pretty... Well, I suppose it's cheap for an observatory thing, but it's a decent cost per month, isn't it? PhD2 is complaining, someone's just saying. My speakers are turned right down. Sorry, guys. Yeah, let's check out which one is kicked off. That's Cloud, if ever I saw it. Okay. Oh no, look at this. Are we toasted? Are we well and truly done? Oh dear. I'm gonna hit stop on my other sequence. Just, we're reaching reasonably low now anyway, but this one doesn't look too bad. Huh. I wonder if we've got a growler going by, you know what I mean? It's clear where the rosette and the cone is, but clearly looking a bit grim where M78 is right now. So that looks rough to me. Let's check the Skycam if we can. If it's not like 20 minutes behind like it usually is. Yeah, it's pulling its classic manoeuvres. It's well behind, unfortunately, on Pete's cam there. Bugger. I'm going to hit stop on these. I would honestly love to keep staying, but truth be told, I should probably get inside shortly because Chloe's been on her own with the boy for a while there. I feel bad, do you know what I mean? Let's have a look. How much is this getting brighter for? Oh, dear me, yeah. 17k average ADUs. We started the night at 15.3. Just gradually gotten brighter as the night goes on to somewhere clearly clouds came in. 26,000, 26, 24. Huh. Okay, we could probably use all these though, up to about here I imagine, if I discard the last 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 22 frames. Yeah, that's probably worth doing. And if this is anything to go by, it doesn't look much on the live stack, I'll give you. But we do have somewhere in the region of probably above 2 hours usable, at least, out of that, which should give us a nice image. Hopefully so. Where's my chat panel gone? Sorry, guys. My PhD 2 been doing that all night. Yeah, mate, it's a grim one. Night, Luke, mate. More, yeah, rain about 2 a.m. Yes, I did see it looked like we had some rain coming across, but I just didn't think it was coming so soon. It looks like we might be getting some clouds and stuff, possibly. Anyway, never looked forward to another clear night more, Luke. Yes, mate, unbelievable stuff. Again, like I say, I can't possibly ever thank you enough for the support tonight. That goes to all of you, of course, but it has been an unbelievable, exceptional, once in a lifetime. No, I mean, most people never experience such an unbelievable outpouring of support, will they? I feel incredibly lucky, and I just want you to know I am appreciative of it. I truly am. Yeah, I truly am, and I hope that comes across genuinely, because I bloody well mean it. Got to dip out now, Luke. I thank you very much indeed, Nugsy, if you're still there, mate. Lived in Ball 2, but now it's Ball 4. Gonna be Ball 5 soon. Oh. What you doing? Casey, we're asking. So we're just wrapping up, actually, Casey, as it happens. I decided to tackle a different target on the Edge HD rig. That's what we've been kind of monitoring tonight. So this is M78, some of the interconnecting dust around that region. And then to try and make the framing a little bit more interesting, some region of Bernard's, oh crikey, loop just coming into the shot over there. So hopefully we can process something good from this, Casey. And on the other rig, we were just finishing up with the data that I've been gathering over the course of the last few live streams while we've been hanging out together on the rosette and the cone. Sean, thank you so much for that, mate. What a lovely note to end on, eh? What a bloody lovely note to end on. I'll just show you that, by the way, Casey, because I know you probably like to see it. This is where we were at, mate. So this is just 45 5-minute shots that we've been gathering during live streams. Very quickly processed. You know, pretty much just stretched and stuff. Looking good, looking promising. There's a lot of depth already to this. And we've well more than doubled, probably nearly tripled that amount of data at this point. So when we come around to making a processing tutorial for this, I think we're going to have some pretty good data to work with on it. You know what I mean? So yeah, hopefully that's going to be a good one coming up. Yeah, thank you again, Sean. Thank you again, Casey. Thank you. I mean, obviously it goes without saying thank you, guys. All you guys who've just done absolute insane donations as well. But thank you, everybody, for participating. Wouldn't be possible without you. And I really do appreciate you. That's the darn truth. I think we're just about caught up. Yeah, night, guys. Clear skies again. Martin, yeah. It's been unbelievable. Don't forget to tend to rub off our friends and family when it comes to this hobby. Yeah, it's a special bunch, mate. Jared, bloody hellfire. Thank you so much, Jared. That's I can't seem to click heart on this for some reason. Huh. That's weird. But hey, thank you, Jared. Very, very, very kind of you indeed. Yeah, unbelievable. Time to leave. Good night, all. Yeah, thank you, guys. Bloody hellfire. Like I say, I'll never have a night like this again. That's fine. I'm at total peace with that. What a wild session. I can't thank you enough. Yeah. I was a star mass indicator switched on in PhD 2. Find it really helps to keep an eye on sky conditions. Interesting to know, mate. I'll have to check that out in the settings. Join the app, chat again, send you 4K OBS settings. Brilliant. Thank you, mate. I'll check those out. Yeah, what a wild night, guys. I can't say thank you enough, like I say. Looking good. Are you going to put the files up for us to process ourselves? Absolutely. Casey, yeah. As soon as I've got got them all stacked up, ready to go kind of thing, I'll post them up as is. Just, calibrated with flats and bias, that kind of thing, so that there's as many standard processing challenges as possible in them, as I think that's the best way to help people learn. Do you know what I mean? Data that's pristine might be, you know, lovely to work with, don't get me wrong, but I think you learn at your best when you're tackling small challenges. That's me anyway. But yeah, unbelievable. Thank you for sharing your evening with me, guys, and yeah, thank you. Thank you, and just know that you've made somebody's evening very special indeed tonight, and I appreciate it. Yeah, unbelievable stuff. Just started raining in Huddersfield. Thank you for letting me know, Gareth. I'll definitely check the weather and make sure I don't get caught out then, mate. Brilliant stuff. Right, guys, can't say thank you enough. You're all absolute legends in my eyes. I'll see you in a future video, stream, whatever it is. I'll see you when I see you. Look after yourselves and clear skies.